Hey, hello and welcome everyone to Talking Bricks episode 5. Today I'm joined by some beautiful people as always. Here, right next to me, inverted, the Star Wars Obsession. Thanks for joining me.
Hi.
We have Avela, who has been joining us quite a few times. Thank you for joining. And, yeah, I don't know that guy. X-Wing?
Who brought that guy?
Hey, thanks for coming.
It's actually pronounced Zwing.
Swing?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of I heard her swing.
Yeah.
And we just got someone that was in the backstage. Hey, Aiden, what's up?
You kicked me out. What the hell?
Well, you had your stuff muted and everything.
Be better.
You were not on time. But yeah, welcome everyone who has been waiting and is now in the chat. Darth Arbiter, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Vor, what is up? Ronnie.
Vor.
What? Bro, school ain't that important. Watch our streams.
School's for fools.
Stanley, what up?
Be a YouTuber. School's for
Drop
fools.
out of schools. Yeah. We will also be joined by Nick and Padawannabe a bit later. Nick sooner than Padawannabe, but something came up for him, and he's going to join later. But yeah, for now, I think we're good to go. So on the building side of things, I know what Obsession is going to be building. I know that Aiden and X-Wing don't have anything, so...
Poor bro, leave me alone. I wasn't paying
Yeah,
$60
I know,
for a
that
job
too.
in
Actually, you know what?
frickin'
Hold up. I
Dallas.
do got something. This came with Lego Star Wars.
Ah. See, if you would have pre-ordered the deluxe
And,
edition physical, you would have
got
at
this
least
too,
had
but it's all
Luke
back.
to build.
I do have Luke to build.
No, I mean X-Wing.
I
That's why
could
gotta
break
get
something
physical
apart,
copies.
probably.
Just break something.
Yeah.
I just break some stuff and put it back
we
together.
have some experience with breaking things and using various tools. Ain't that right, Avela?
Yes.
I think I have that mini Millennium Falcon with the Chewie that goes in it. I could break that apart and try to rebuild it. That'll work.
Sure. Without instructions, that will probably
Yeah,
take
It's a
two.
challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
But Avela, what are you building? I think you bought the probe droid.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, dude, I want that.
I do have that one too, but today I'm finally opening
Yes, dude.
Bro.
this thing.
Is that the big one?
Yeah, that's the big one.
I saw that hanging. I was doing a job at a Wendy's, and the office manager had like 600 Lego things hung up, and he had the
Yeah.
Tantive. It is freaking huge.
It is
yeah,
huge.
I couldn't fit mine.
I'm not gonna
I had to,
finish
get
it
a whole
today.
new shelf for mine.
Oh,
It's massive.
so cool.
Where is Matt Rissman? You know,
He's here.
there's a saying: if you say Matt Rissman, he will appear.
It just shows up.
Speak of the
Thanks for
devil.
stopping by. Middle school holidays right now. So Ronnie, what's your deal? Nice, very cool. Okay, yeah. So, right, in Obsession, you're building the Razor Crest, right?
I am.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, dude, sick. What? Is it big? Oh, hell yeah! I
And
think I saw
just,
that. How much was that?
I think
I don't
originally it
know.
was 100.
Oh wow!
129, I think, is retail. I think I paid $70 for it.
I think I paid
Yeah,
for
that
Razor Crest at
sounds
this point.
about right. And I just looked at the private chat, and now we have our final guest for now. Nick,
Hello.
what's up?
I built,
He's
I
got
built
the
it before you
built
strike.
I'm not gonna grab mine.
It's all done. I don't know why I was in backstage.
All right, so now I don't really need to build it, right?
No.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
Well, but it's just a before and after. That's all.
Yes, it is, yeah.
right, exactly. So this is before,
Just in case you don't finish it by the time, you know.
in
end of
all
the
its
stream.
glory.
It is a beautiful set, though. It is.
It is, and
It's,
the figure selection is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if
alright.
they class this as a Rogue One set or a Episode 4 set because it comes with a Bail Organa from
Right.
Episode
Does.
Rogue One. They originally were going to put the Episode 3 version of Bail in the set, but they were like, that doesn't make any sense.
I was about to say because it is the Rogue One version.
It comes underneath episode 4 though.
Excuse
like,
me.
brick set and stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, whatever.
Anyway,
I always wish they made a Tantive from the Revenge of the Sith, the blue one.
you
I
could
mean,
you
you
could
could
that
just
one a paint
replace
job.
all the red pieces with blue pieces.
The only thing, it's got red stickers, so it's a bit of a. Yeah, Lego loves
Got to
their
give you
stickers.
options. They got to
Yeah,
put multiple
exactly.
sticker sets.
There's
and
got to
stuff
be a
like
color
that.
palette.
Well, they've done it. They've done it with the dropship,
What's up, Daryl?
where they gave you like you could put different on the gunship, like artwork and stuff. But they haven't done that since then.
Right. Oh yeah. Right.
Hmm.
But today we don't have that much to talk about. But I thought it would be kind of neat since it's also like everyone's playing it right now. Essentially, I thought it might be a good idea to just talk about Lego Star Wars the complete saga, the Skywalker saga. Just everyone kind of talk about their thoughts, their experiences. I think everyone has like played a decent amount at this point to make sort of an opinion of the game. So yeah, let's start building. And Session, why don't you start us off, going from top to bottom?
I mean, I think they did a really. I think the other gaming companies should take a really a notebook, go play, and go take notes because the game is I mean, Fallen Order was extensive.
Hmm.
This is massive. The
Yeah.
gameplay. I could see why they took an extra year because if this is what we waited an extra year for, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm about what 7 or 8 hours in. I just finished just the storyline stuff of the sequel
What's up,
trilogy,
Maximus?
and it's deep. I mean, it's every bit of 2.5 hours if you just go straight through every episode. So,
Yeah.
it's deep. It's immersive. I think other gaming companies should take notes and pay attention.
Yeah.
To, Lego, the company that's is it Tantive? What is it?
Telltale Games. Is it Telltale?
Whatever the
TT
game,
Games,
whatever gaming company it is, they really did a great job.
Oh yeah,
What is
TT
it?
Games.
Traveler's Tales or something?
Travelers, yeah,
Traveller's
something-
Tales,
it starts with a
Yeah.
T.
Yeah, they were a British company back in the 1990s, which then they transformed into TT Games.
Yeah.
Killing it.
But yeah, dude, for sure. I think the game, like the open world aspect of it, like Aiden has been saying that. I think the first that I've heard it, but it was essentially saying like, imagine Lego Star Wars, like the game, but like just a live action overlay. This would be the greatest game ever for
Just
Star
like-
Wars.
Oh my god, dude.
It's just like based
Like,
on the
like
movies.
I mean, obviously, then you would like sort of take out the humor and stuff, but like just taking the like open world aspect, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
this
just
game
these
is
things I would
massive.
definitely like them to change too.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, but nah, I'm also like really happy with the game. Wait, X-Wing, what are your thoughts? I mean, you have been also streaming the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been enjoying the heck out of it. I haven't gotten to the sequels yet. I still got to do Return of the Jedi,
Same.
and I'm just
yeah.
I'm putting it off because I feel like I don't want it to end. You know?
Yeah.
Or you put it off because of the lagging.
No, it's just the cutscenes now, and I think I have a way to fix it. But I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I thought they did a really good job. It seems like as the movies go, like Episode 1 felt like it was pretty short. Oh, I'm
Mm.
sorry, no, Episode 1 I thought was long. I liked Episode 1. Episode
Okay.
2 felt pretty short, and Episode
Short.
3 felt pretty short.
I think in what, yeah, like I agree. Episode 1 felt like appropriate length in terms of
Yeah.
the levels and the amount of stuff. I feel like in episode 2 and 3 there were really just some key scenes that I wish we would have gotten to play. Like I think especially Revenge of the Sith, the Battle
Yes.
of Coruscant, I was heavily
Yeah.
expecting to be able to fly through everything.
I know.
Um
Well,
Mace
they wouldn't have
Windu
that
and
in-
frickin' any of that
Yeah.
ending lightsaber fight, like
yeah, like boss fights. Like I thought we would get a first like Grievous boss fight on the bridge and then like a second boss fight on Utapau, obviously.
yeah.
Uh
Nope.
But I mean, this game is so massive and it's like so different to the other Lego games that I feel like it's not out of the realm of possibilities that we get content, like actual content updates for this game. So I mean, who knows? There was a lot of cut content, which we're probably going to get into later, but I could definitely see that
And
happening.
we're getting Rogue One DLC already announced, right?
Yeah, it already came
Yeah.
out. The Rogue One.
Oh, it already came out?
And the
weeks
classic
ago, I heard.
Well,
Yeah.
the character packs.
character pack.
Oh.
Yeah. But Yannick, what is I know you're playing it on the Switch.
Yeah, I'm
which
playing
I
on the
think you're
Switch.
the only one out of all of us.
Yeah, the only reason I got it on the Switch is because of work. Otherwise, I would just never have the chance to play it at home. And it's run not too bad. I've had a couple of glitches recently though on the open world stuff, like the sky went black on Naboo, and the fight on Mustafar, it some reason went all blurry. Like the screen just went like I couldn't
really?
see anything, so I had to like restart the level and restart the game.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't had any other issues on the Switch. But I've enjoyed it. I've been mostly exploring Coruscant and the open world stuff more than I have played the actual the episodes. Like I still
Took
haven't
my
got to the
point.
original
That's
trilogy
all I
yet.
was going to talk about.
I know that's been like one of the only things Aiden has really been mad about, that he couldn't play as Anakin on the Battle of Mustafar.
Yeah, that is. Oh, shut up, Matt.
Man, Matt hitting with the jabs.
Where is he?
Blue, I'm not bringing up that comment, but what's up, brother?
But
What's up?
But yeah, I've enjoyed the game, and yeah, I've heard that a lot of people have not been happy with the co-op though. Like,
It's
I
a
find
not-
it
little
more-
choppy, bro.
Yeah, Aiden and I, like, I know you're supposed to play remote play on controllers, and like, yeah, no kidding. Like, we tried to do it with mouse and keyboard. No
Well,
chance.
yeah.
No chance.
Well, I even
It's
heard
not-
like
it's
even
just
when
not
it comes
gonna- it's just
to
not happening.
when it comes to levels, like especially the dual levels, like I mean with the Mustafar one of you would be playing Obi-Wan, the other one would be playing R2 and 3PO, so there'd be a lot of standing around before
Yeah,
not actually
like-
getting into the action.
Yeah.
In the complete saga, you were literally, if you were playing together, you were literally fighting each other in the boss fight.
Hmm.
So, it was interesting for both. I mean, obviously, at some point, the guy that was playing Obi-Wan would win. Spoiler alert. But,
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
well, yeah, like, it still had, I'm pretty sure, like, the boss fight still had, like, the lives, but you were essentially just, fighting each other.
When
Yeah.
when did TT Games get rid of the like live? Like there used to be 4 hearts. I can't remember what game they
I
got rid
think
of that. There must be
honestly, I
most
think there's an
recent.
option in the game for Skywalker Saga to change that to the original, because there are sometimes hearts when you kill enemies.
Mm.
Hey, what's up, Timothy? Thanks for joining. Greetings, Leia. What's up? Right, so we got a sticker sheet, which not going to use.
Yeah.
Fuck stickers.
Nothing wrong with stickers.
No, there
Makes-
is everything wrong with stickers. I hated them
It's-
as a kid, and I still hate them now. I don't know
It's
why.
like it cost me £20 to get a sheet from France for the Shire set because I'm rebuilding
Why would
that.
you buy the stickers for that?
Because I wanted to make this is Bilbo and Frodo's house. You know, I want like all the nice little details with all the wood and stuff.
Wait, was the door printed, or was that
The
a
door was
sticker?
printed because they
Well,
used that
then what do
still-
you need? I mean, that's the only part that I would see a
You
problem
get the
with.
book. They get stickers to put on the book.
On the
um,
book.
Oh, and also the maps that Bilbo has with the like.
Oh, those are
for
stickers
Middle Earth
too?
and stuff. Yeah,
What the hell?
yeah, stickers.
Oh, okay, that is bag one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aiden, what has been your opinion about the game so far?
So I would like to thank Ladage for kind of like taking my
What's up,
main
JT?
gripe. That has been my biggest complaint is that most of the boss fights are so structured and you can't switch. You can't really choose who you get to play as. Because I really was hoping to play as Anakin in that fight, like in the original game. I was really hoping that was going to be a thing. I was so excited for that. But no, you just play as Obi-Wan, or if you're going to do co-op, you're R2 or C-3PO.
Doesn't Dark Side Anakin unlock after you do the Mustafar duel though?
Yeah, it does.
Which is
But
very strange.
After.
it'd be nice to play as them
Yeah.
in the duel.
Yeah, I know.
That's a huge problem too, because it's not just you can't play as Darth Maul in Duel of Fates. You can't fight Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan. You just have to be either Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon. So it's just like, okay, this is cool and all, but like, why can't we choose? I also don't like the fact that they kind of rushed through the prequels. That was really upsetting. And other than that, I think it's a great game. I think the open world aspect is it's just really good.
We
And,
really needed an LAAT mission for that Geonosis.
Yeah, it stung even more because we got that cutscene with them flying in it.
Yeah. I'm like, you have the assets.
would have been cool to also maybe
Do it.
like fight the Chancellor or actually execute Order 66.
No,
Yep.
execute
right.
Order 67.
Oh.
I didn't like the fact that we got that stupid Yoda mission on Kashyyyk for Revenge of the Sith. I would have much rather done something like you as Mace Windu, like fighting the Chancellor. I think that would have been a lot cooler because that's something
Yeah.
we've never gotten in a Lego game before. But the open world aspect is great. The level
Yeah.
design overall, like it's not bad. I've only finished the prequels. I haven't done the originals yet.
Oh, it's the
And,
same as me. And
I'm excited to keep playing, and yeah, I mean, just because I have a few gripes doesn't mean it's a bad game. I really like it. It's just that
Oh, yeah, no.
some things like really, like why'd you have to do that?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
why
like
couldn't-
it's like these gripes that are definitely gripes, but it's on a level where everything else is so great or really good that it's like, yeah, definitely it would be really awesome if they added down the line, but it doesn't ruin the game as it is in its entirety.
Right.
I will say this though, I really can't forgive them for robbing us of the Anakin and Obi-Wan duel. You really should be able to play as Anakin. There really shouldn't be
Of
there
course,
really shouldn't be a
because of Obi-Wan.
because of Obi-Wan.
Session, by the way, I don't know if that's on purpose, but your cam I think deactivated itself.
No, it's- yeah, I'm using the sidecar.
Yeah, no worries. Just thought I'd let you know in case. Okay, okay, no, that's 7. But yeah, so Avela, what are your thoughts on the game so far?
I've been playing with my brother on the PlayStation 5 and I've had a lot of fun, but at the same time, my brother only cares about getting through it as quickly as possible. So I just want to like really see all the details and all the small
Mm.
like funny things, but he's just like skip, let's just get through everything. And then also playing through the story. I always have to be R2 in all the boss fights. It's really fun. Just standing
Oh,
there like
So you weren't kidding, but like in a different way. Oh man.
yeah, always just also the Yoda versus Palpatine.
Mm.
I had to play as Typho. It was great.
That sounds like a really fun experience.
Yeah, really fun. Just standing there and looking at my brother doing all the fun stuff.
Avela, did you make the door yet?
I haven't made the door yet because you know it's such an easy thing to do. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like a complete like custom build that you can't just buy an instruction for.
I don't know what's taking her
Super
so long.
easy.
I don't know.
But yeah, so but does he care about like completing like the challenges, or is it just like playing through the story and then you guys are done?
no, he wants to get the platinum trophy. So wants to 100%.
Oh, okay. Got you.
He already
Otherwise I would have
played through
been
the
like,
story.
yeah, just play through it again without him.
Yeah, maybe I should because I've missed so much from the story as well. Because I've been
Mm.
watching the streams and I'm like, oh, we did that. Okay, I didn't notice. It's like,
We were like and through, and I don't even remember that part.
Oh boy.
yeah, exactly.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I've enjoyed the game quite a lot too. I've played the story essentially on streams, and I've done a lot of the free play off screen. But yeah, no, it's really fun. Like I really love the open world aspect of it, and yeah, I mean, it just has the right feel. I don't even really know how to explain it, but it just has the right feel. The Lego humor, I think, is on point. Some really good
Mhm.
stuff. And I do like the little nods to like the complete saga with like the Kashyyyk level, where there was a mission where the clones and the droids were fighting beside each other,
Mm.
and there's like one plateau where clones and like two droids are fighting with one another, or like together. Like those little nods to the earlier Lego games, I
What-
find quite nice.
My favorite Easter egg in the game is the protocol droid on Tatooine, which is
Oh,
actually
you
a
mean
background character.
Nobot?
Nobot. That in Legends had a backstory that he like murdered. Did he massacre his owners? Like he murdered everyone. who
Well,
just
I think
turned
no,
up?
I think so.
Not
The
a fan.
original like rumor was that he saw how a pregnant woman got murdered, but then it's like not sure if he did that himself.
Yeah,
I kind of regret opening this.
It's pretty freaky.
which is really strange they put that in a Lego game.
Yeah.
Like a haunted,
It's like-
protocol
Imagine
droid.
like a little kid being like, I wonder what this droid made.
Well, you get taken into that room and it just stands there and stares at you, and it just does like this jump scare with the music, and then just disappears into
Yeah.
the room, which he isn't there.
It's a ghost droid.
It is a ghost.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite Easter egg in the whole game at this moment in time.
Mm.
So I have finished my my build. Got Luke Skywalker drinking his blue milk.
Man,
mean-
like that X-wing, that is minifigure scale. I mean, that is beautiful.
Right?
Yeah, nice.
Right? The only thing is that I don't know why he's drinking blue milk. I thought he liked green milk. But,
Yep.
know.
Sorry. Okay. Yep.
See, I didn't say it. And
All
you
right.
took- and Aiden
Cool.
got to it.
Let's get him out of here. Oh, and we have another spontaneous guest arriving.
Yeah, there it is. Hold
Never
on.
mind. I don't pay for StreamYard, so it's 6. Ah shit.
Oof.
Okay, hold on. How do we do that? I mean, there's no real.
Stash Rendar wasn't subscribed to Strike? What a piece of shit.
Wow.
I
Wow.
would do it.
Wow.
Okay, I feel bad because I sent him the link and now I
When you're
noticed that
kicking
it's
me
only
out of the
6.
stream?
I was gonna kick myself real quick and let him on. So why don't you be more thankful?
You should be thanking me.
Yo,
That's
JP.
cool. I don't need to override. How you doing, guys?
What's
yeah,
up,
doing
dude?
well.
What are we building here? What's going on in the brick talk?
I built this. Came with this.
Talking about bricks.
Wait, you got the digital? You got the digital version?
No, I got the deluxe edition. I really wanted the cool case.
Oh, that's how you got the you got the
because
the Luke. Yeah, the blue milk Luke.
just looks really cool.
Nick's showing his ass, so I'm on again.
Oh god.
What's up, JT?
How you doing?
Yeah,
man?
I didn't know that the free version only lets 6 people on.
That's all right. I mean, if you want to continue this, I don't need to be here.
I'm thinking.
I have to leave in like 30 minutes anyways. I have to go meet my old boss, which is gonna be creepy.
Ah,
but
that sounds lovely.
yeah, so I'll be out of here in like 30 to 35 minutes.
All right. So why don't we do that? So then I'm sorry for already asking you to come on. So 30 minutes if you're still there. I'm gonna pull you in.
Yeah, I'll stay in
we're
chat.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thanks
Come on.
for coming by anyway.
Yeah. Hey, Obsession and Avela, it's nice meeting you. I've actually never talked to you guys before.
Pleasure.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
All
I'll stay in
right.
chat.
I love you, JT.
It's the end party. All right, Nick. It's your time to shine again. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I built this while I was thrown in backstage. It was really quick. I mean, it's beauty. This is the 2014 UCS Sandcrawler. It's the most accurate Sandcrawler I think Lego has done.
Wow.
He's a dick.
Damn. Beef. Oh, dude, are we gonna get like some serious beef against like between Stash Rendar and
This
X-Wing?
is the second person I'm gonna have beef with now. On YouTube.
Man, damn. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah.
He has no power.
He has no power here. But yeah. Okay. So. Okay. All right.
One sec.
Yeah. No worries.
Just whatever a spider can.
That sounded like a mouse farting.
We're getting
super loud.
copyrighted right now. Okay, but
Can't take that. guy
gosh, what
anymore.
was I? Lego Star Wars, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Yep.
Content that we would like in the game. I think one of the main things for me was when I first had my first interaction with one of the capital ships that like sometimes randomly join the battle when you're in space. I think that's probably one of the coolest aspects of the game for me. Like just like even though it's like especially with like the Luker Hulk, it's like kind of like sort of the same situation all over again. But it's just I don't know, it's so fun to destroy an entire capital ship by yourself. I love that aspect, but I wish we would have some light side capital ships like Venator, Mon Calamari Cruiser, all that kind of stuff. Because right now I think we only have Luker Hulk, Death Star, Super Star Destroyer, and Sequel Star Destroyer. I think.
I didn't even know they had the sequel Star Destroyer. Oh, well, I guess I'm not that far in the story yet.
Yeah, me neither. I just looked at like the shadowy outline of the capital ships,
Mhm.
and that one looked like
What do they call those things? It's a fleet killer.
fleet killer.
Is Dreadnought?
Dreadnought. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, what's up, Padawan? You're gonna need help to pick which set to build. Well, I think we're gonna be happy to help.
Build Holdo's bedstead.
Oh man, yeah, Holdo.
God, I love her.
Oh, you're gonna love the sequels. The sequel play then, bro.
The sequel. Oh, is there? Oh, dude, can you play as Holdo the whole time?
Oh, no. I think you can once you get her. Maybe.
I mean, there's a cheat
Right.
code to unlock her.
But you're gonna love her gameplay, bro. It's like
Oh,
Her-
I can't
her-
wait it. Just find
like-
every man on the ship and just slap the shit out of him.
you're gonna,
I'm still.
I'm strong. Slap, slap,
oh,
slap.
you're gonna love it. You're gonna love
gonna
it.
Admiral
leave.
Akbar. You know what? You're toxic. Slap. Just keep walking down the freaking hallway.
It's a slap.
Yeah. You show him, girl.
But yeah, I'm legitimately thinking about whether or not I even want to play that on stream. Like I thought about like on the Return of the Jedi one at the end. I'm gonna ask chat whether or not they want to see me suffer through it. I feel like
Are you on the
humor-
computer?
Huh?
Are you on the computer?
Yeah,
I'll play with you.
I don't have a controller, so remote play doesn't work. That's like otherwise I would have
Oh.
invited you and Aiden and other people on already, but it doesn't work on PC.
And
Or
then-
like well, it works on PC, but not if you don't have a controller.
Really?
Yeah, I can show you sometime, but it's like really choppy.
Oh, I know it's super choppy. I played with T Money the other day, and I just I couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
I just chugged through as best I could. I'm like, we're gonna get through this, man.
no, like I mean, we tried it like once. Aiden joined my party, and then I joined Aiden's party. And when you're like the second guy, it's just I couldn't play through an entire
It's
level
rough.
like that. Nah,
Yeah,
I
it's
can't.
rough. I think we did all of A New Hope, and I remember playing for
Uh.
like a solid 5 or 10 seconds for the hour that we were going.
Yeah. Nah, like I hope they fix remote play because I think it's a super awesome mechanic to be able to play these games with a friend. But right now, I don't even want someone else to suffer through that.
Yeah, I'm doing it, dude.
Matt Cave and I did it today on the PS5 play, and it wasn't that bad.
I bet you it's better than the computer, better than through
Definitely
Steam.
better.
Yeah.
It definitely was. We played for a good at least half hour and didn't really have an issue. I mean, there were parts where it was kind of choppy here and there, but overall, it really wasn't that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I'm probably gonna just buy a controller. But yeah, hopefully they just fix remote play so it just works without having to do all these shenanigans.
I feel like if you can have 100 people playing Call of Duty at the same time together, like there's
Yeah,
no
like,
reason that you can't have
two
two
people
Lego
playing
characters.
a Lego game is out of the realm of possibilities.
Come on, guys.
I'm back. My bad.
No worries.
Yeah, they need to. They'll figure it out. We may get remote play together later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still hoping for. I mean, that's the thing. This game is like so much bigger and so different to Lego games before that I feel like it's like. I mean, Lego games before have not gotten any content drops after their release, like minor bug fixes and stuff.
Didn't the
I
superhero
feel like-
ones though, like the Marvel ones did? Marvels and DC.
I didn't play I played Marvel Superheroes. That's like the only one. Otherwise, just the Star Wars ones, and they didn't have content drops. So I don't know. Maybe the other Lego games had, but talking of Lego Star Wars history, they have not ever. But I feel like on this one they really could because this game has like a really solid base, and like you could expand so much on it. I think, like, with simple stuff like a Rogue One DLC with actual levels and stuff.
Dude, 16 versus 16 Lego deathmatch?
Wow.
That's what I was saying to Matt today. I was like, can you imagine if they give us the ability to just like combat like Mortal Kombat style?
Well, honestly, just multiplayer, like just being able to free roam in the maps. Like, imagine you had like a bunch of people like just flying in the orbit of like fucking Mustafar in their spaceship. Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah, a lot of potential for sure.
I mean, the other gaming companies should be really worried. I mean, let's just be honest. They should be worried. There's a lot. They did a lot that no one expected them to do, and
I think they took a lot of risks and they paid off, which a lot of companies don't do these days anymore.
Has there ever been a bad Lego game though? Really? Like a
Force Awakens was like
Oh,
it was
Force
one
Awakens
movie,
was
so
great.
it was like lackluster in content. But yeah, overall, no, not really.
I don't
Pretty
think I've
much-
ever not enjoyed a Lego game. I mean, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, the superhero ones, every
Yeah,
single one
Clone
I've
Wars,
just enjoyed.
Complete yeah.
I'm so tempted to pick up the the Lego Harry Potter one, the collection from 1 to 4 and 5 to
I
8.
played through the whole thing by myself. I loved it so much.
Yeah, I've only played 1 to 4 on the 360, but I haven't played 5 to 7. That's what I need to do. But yeah, and Lord of the Rings as well.
Lord of
really
the Rings, honestly, in terms
Dude,
of like more
so sick.
modern Lego games, apart from Skywalker Saga, probably the best Lego game.
I hear
honestly.
the Hobbit's terrible though.
I was
It's only
just
the
about to
first-
say, I take it back. There's one I didn't enjoy. I did not enjoy The Hobbit, but I wonder
I
if
was
it's
literally
because
just
I
going
didn't
to
like the
say
movie.
I like the Lego Hobbit game.
I didn't like it.
I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan
have
or a
never-
Hobbit fan. I just like the game for some reason.
Yeah.
I've never played the Lego Hobbit game. It like just already didn't do it for me. But
I don't
the
remember
Lord of the
what it
Rings one was
was.
perfect. It was
I
great.
think it was something about like I don't remember if it was the mechanics of it or if it was like the level design. It just felt like it was hard to play. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Is it because it was
was a
it
while
only
ago.
Unexpected Journey, or did they have Desolation of Smaug in there?
I think it had.
Because I know it didn't have Battle of the Five Armies. I know it was only part of the trilogy.
Yeah.
As far as I remember, because I can feel like I only remember portions of it. God, did I only play the demo?
Like the demo, like, nah, this is not it.
I think I might have only played the demo because it was free on the Xbox store.
Hmm.
I don't remember.
Maybe.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know, one Lego game I did really love is the Lego Batman game from 2008.
Never played that one,
Yes.
but I heard really good things.
Because technically, the Joker level is just a rendition of the '89 Batman. Just
Oh,
mixed
really?
in with some other characters. Yeah.
I really like
Wow.
the Lego Batman game. Even the second one, I like that game.
Lego screwed up on that because they released the game and then they retired all the Lego sets after they just as soon after they released the game. So parents were going to stores and going, "Oh, I'm here to look for the Batman sets that you advertised on your game," and they were like, "Oh no, they've retired. We don't sell them no more." They really screwed up on that on a marketing level.
Right?
Oh yeah, Pat Wannabe, I agree. I think the multiplayer aspect in general, or co-op, definitely. I mean, there were already a lot of people that were really hyped about the game, but I feel like that could have given it the edge above a lot of other games.
Yes.
Hey, what's up?
Lego Star Wars with the homies.
Welcome. Like Indiana Jones on the PS2 Chef's Kiss. Indeed, I do remember. PS2 had some iconic games, and probably the most iconic loading sound.
Oh man, do you
Remember
remember
that?
like
lights.
freaking out
Yes.
to make sure because you knew if it made that other noise or it turned red, you're like,
Fuck.
Yeah. Exactly. No, but dude, I remember we played like a ton of Rockstar on PS2 and stuff. Like,
I remember as a kid, I
Battlefront
used to
2,
have to
Revenge of the
put-
Sith.
I had to turn my TV off because if I was playing it in the morning and I didn't know how to control this volume on my TV, I don't know why I didn't know that. So when I woke up, you see the bang. So I had to turn my TV off and then hope when I turn it back on that the game is loaded through. Otherwise, I have to do the same process again.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. Like, literally, the multiplayer aspect would have given it the edge above a lot of recent Star Wars games. Like, yeah, I mean, besides like the bugs and stuff, and there are quite a few, to be fair, especially in terms of like on PC, freezing is kind of an issue that I've had like quite a few times. Luckily on stream only once. But yeah, I don't know, freezing, I don't know, X-Wing, how's it been with you, but yeah, like the game freezing on me on PC has been sort of annoying.
yeah. The only thing I'm running into is if I'm streaming it, the cutscenes. Oh boy, the cutscenes, and then if there's a super like rich environment, it just
Right, you were saying that in my chat, like the Geonosian droid factory.
yeah, and then you blew right through it.
Yeah, no, I had no problems. Like it was smooth FPS, like no problem.
They just Lego hates me. What can I say?
And I think your
Likely.
PC is like twice as expensive as mine. I think, if I remember.
So I'm going to ask a silly question here, but is this like car building where you have extra parts?
Yeah, you'll have like extra things.
Sometimes.
You will find
I
spare
got a
pieces.
couple. I got a couple extra parts here, and
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Technic pins and that.
Yeah,
That
those.
do all
Yeah,
those
yeah.
with extra
So if they're like the
Yeah.
size of like this,
if it's like
they're
engine building,
way
like
extra parts.
you just got extra doodads and bobs, and then
Where
Yeah.
does this bolt go? Like,
Like,
I
yeah,
don't
like-
know.
oh,
So-
it works. I mean, it looks like the picture. I'm just
If you're missing one of these, you forgot to build it. But
Yeah.
if it's like one of these,
Okay.
it's an extra bitty.
Okay, like I
Um,
said, this is my first like bag build. So
How exciting! I have good memories of.
I think they're good. I think they're
Vela,
good
get
because
the
how the
hammer.
factory produces the bags.
I
like
have
when
the
they
hammer.
produce it.
I can send it over to Obsession if he needs it.
There you go.
Extra, just making sure Extra,
That stream was great. What did it end with? Taping the set and the hammer.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That's great. But if as far as I can tell, Obsession, you're doing good.
Yeah, I can follow. I can sort of follow directions.
Oh, by the
Alright,
way,
sorry.
Strike,
I'll-
this is all my Lord of the Rings figures I've got at the moment.
I
Um,
see some go. Oh yes, the Aragon of the Black Gate. Ah,
Yeah. that one.
such a beautiful figure with the double-sided cape.
Yeah, with the Gondor like embroidery on
Take
the
care,
front
Sam.
and the double-sided cape. Yeah, pretty. £45 minifig, right there. This is my favorite though. This is the Witch King from.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a glow in the dark head, and then the prong.
They weren't trying
Yeah.
to front children. or
Matt
anything.
nailed it. That's
No.
sort of the law.
I've got the mouth of Sauron in here. Where is he gone?
Okay, see that's like why I'm like really upset that we didn't get like another wave of Lord of the Rings. We never got a Sauron.
Mm,
We did technically, in the sense of the printed head in the wizard battle.
Ah, that doesn't count. That does not count.
I can't believe that got cut from the theatrical release of the film, The Mouth of Sauron.
Yeah, right.
It's such a weird thing to cut out.
Kill the messenger.
Oh, it's so creepy as well. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Love it too, dude. As Blue said, once you watch the extended cut, you never go back.
Well, while we were talking about that in VC,
Well, okay, if you have watched like the theatrical first and stuff.
Well, I just purchased the Blu-rays for the theatrical cuts with the bonus features because some reason Warner Brothers or New Line Cinema, when they've done the 4K release this year, refused to put the bonus features into the 4K release,
which
which
is
is 40
quite
hours
weird.
plus of content. Well, I think adds up to 4 hours extra per film, so it's about 12 hours of content, basically, that they removed.
All right,
a bit.
who
Oh man,
wants Padawan to build the Dark Trooper set?
Do it.
do it.
All right,
I want that one.
the with Luke.
Oh, I thought he said. Didn't they do a Dark Trooper helmet?
Yeah. they do.
Oh, you mean the
Yeah.
helmet? Well, he's talking about the set with like the part of the corridor. It's 3 Dark Troopers and 1 Luke. Like
Great set.
I got you.
20 bucks, 30.
Well, it's
I
not
wish I
bad.
It's like a battle pack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a battle pack. Yeah.
Thing is, though, if you brought
I mean-
loads of those, you have loads of Lukes.
To be fair though, the outfit, I mean, it's a black, sort of Jedi Sith outfit with a with a hood. So I mean, technically, you could use it for like an Old Republic Sith army.
Isn't it? It's just Return the Jedi robes from when he walks into Jabba's palace, just with a black hood. I don't, it's not the same.
But without the
design.
gray.
Yeah, well, Lego done it as grey because it is like a dark grey in the sense of
Yeah,
costume.
yeah. That figure never really resonated well with me. I don't know. It looked odd.
Nah. But it's a good set for minifig wise. The set
The
itself-
mouth of Sauron looks like Batman who laughs.
That's a
Yeah.
character. That's I think that's a comic character he's referring to.
It's
Oh,
a
really?
Joker with a big, huge smile, and he's got like a chain art, isn't it? Like metal band around his eyes with
What's
spikes.
this sick fuck?
Yeah,
Batman who laughs. Looks like hell yeah. And I'm really not making any progress.
what's Matt swearing in the chat for?
He's
Stay away
swearing
from
at
that
everything.
Dark Trooper helmet. He's the one. He purchased it. He's the one.
He bought it and then he realized he doesn't really like it. Well, to be fair, the build is it's definitely the weakest one out of that lineup.
The set I do really want to get though, which isn't Star Wars related, is the Back to the Future DeLorean. I'm
Oh yeah,
sure-
that one looked gorgeous.
That one looked
the
awesome.
model.
Yeah, it's a beautiful set, and especially as you can change it between the 3 movies, like depending on which one's your favorite.
Yeah, that's something they would never do for Star Wars.
I noticed on Instagram people are going wild because it's a bar underneath as the mechanism to flip the tires, which I don't understand why people are going mad over it. But they're like, "Oh my god, this all you have to do is flick this bar and the tires go in." Like, well, yeah, they got they all have a Technics build to do that.
Yeah. Okay, I haven't seen that. I'm not fuzzed about it. I would have expected like a, I mean, for a
Like a
UCS
mechanism.
type of set, I would expect like mechanisms like those.
Mm.
I don't know, especially because Lego doesn't really deliver on a lot these days. I'm not really shocked when they do something right. Like, all right, great, you did what you're supposed to do. Good job.
Well, like, as we talk about with Lego, and I mean with the community at the moment, that I don't know what they're trying to aim for in the sense of going against making prequel sets. Even though
Yeah,
they're
they
doing
hate
that,
the prequels, and I really don't understand why.
like,
It's
it's frustrating.
it is, which is so. This is what I wanted to talk about too, which is more on the physical side of Lego, but just to give everyone else sort of an input. So the community sort of has always been lingering for a Phase 2 Cody to as like a minifigure, and well, we've never gotten one, and
We have got one that was in the turbo tank.
that is a
technically.
327 Star Corps
Yeah,
trooper.
with the pauldron, but technically
Just
it's classed
because
as
in the
Commander
complete
Cody
saga
because
they
it-
use him as Cody doesn't make him Cody.
Well,
He doesn't even have a pauldron.
Well, technically,
No, Nick. Nostalgia it doesn't do it. All right.
You're not winning this one.
it's in the complete. It's in the video game and in the complete saga.
Video games are not always
Okay,
right.
No,
Look at it this way: we're probably going to get one in the upcoming Kenobi stuff. So they'll give you a Cody.
Right. So,
Wrong.
wrong.
well, to be fair, here's the interesting part because for a long time we've had a rumor of a Republic fighter tank with clone troopers, specifically
Obsession.
the
your camera.
purple shock troopers that Mace Windu had in Legends, which at the time everyone thought was fake because why would they do that? And now it's an official set, so it was true. Now we have from the same guy we have a rumor of a AT-TE
Mm.
with 212 troopers and a Phase 2 Cody.
Ooh.
But didn't Lego say they don't want to put exclusive figures in expensive sets that aren't?
You
Just
must contradict yourself.
Contradicting themselves. Well, it's nothing new. It's nothing new.
No. It's like they're putting an Aunt Beru on a.
Yes, but I want to be. Exactly.
It's like they're putting that Aunt Beru on $160 like.
Right.
price
No.
tag.
100% not. Why would they would never do such?
Why
a
wouldn't they
thing.
just sell the minifigs separately to make it non-exclusive?
Lego can't do that because of Hasbro. So the reason,
Which is a lie.
well,
They can.
They can. But they use the lie. I don't.
So
we don't know
Lego
what they-
has for eternity said they can't sell Lego figures on their own because Hasbro has the rights for selling action figures, and they said, yeah, no, Lego figures are in the realm of action figures, so they're not allowed to do that.
Shenanigans. They just want you to buy the
Hogwash.
set.
Exactly. It's total fucking bullshit.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Well,
But yeah,
that's
that's what they have been saying for eternity.
So then here's what you do. You remember those little mini vehicles where you would get like a Chewbacca and then a Millennium Falcon
Right.
that was the size of a
Like the
$50. Why wouldn't you just sell like the Cody then with like a tiny stap or something? I don't know.
Great idea and great question.
Capitalism.
Lego. Literally, dude, Lego has been doing so many dumb decisions. It's mind-boggling. It's kind of
Well, it's like with the clone commander in the gunship doubles up as a
Ugh.
pilot, even though it's a different markings to the pilot. And they go,
Hey.
but you can use this as a pilot. then
X-wing.
it's
Do you want to know to kind of describe the situation that the prequels have in the Lego room right now for Lego? When they announced the UCS gunship, which by the way only happened because it was a community vote, so
Right.
actual people voted for the gunship to be the next UCS, which is Ultimate Collector Series. The first thing they literally said when like putting out the video that announces like the UCS gunship was, the UCS gunship is a set from the original trilogy. What?
Where was the quality control guy on that one?
And then they had, and then on top of it, the first batch had the Empire logo instead of the Republic logo on the box.
Oh,
Mhm.
guys.
And it's like,
what does Hawks always say? Do your homework.
yeah,
You're
something along those lines.
But it's surprising though, because they've done Clone Wars and prequel sets. Like it was only until Disney brought
Right. Yeah.
Lucasfilm that Lego stopped doing prequel sets as much. Because before then, as up to 2014, before they had the Disney logo in the bottom corner, all the sets were mostly prequel related
It's a
and Clone
conspiracy.
Wars related. And then the Force
I
Awakens
sense a
came
plot
out,
to
and,
destroy the prequels.
but they don't sell any sequel sets anymore either. Like they don't
Yeah.
make any
Yeah,
sequel
because
sets.
nobody, dude. I remember the aisles of like sequel sets over sequel sets that were still on the shelves, already like 50% off. Nobody bought them.
The only one
Nobody.
I really went out and brought was the Night Buzzard recently, because I wanted the Knights of Ren. I do like those minifigs.
Yeah, he ain't wrong.
I think we're just misunderstood. Us prequel babies, like we all got left in the dirt, man.
You know, I,
Thanks
I,
for stopping
wait,
by,
I,
Whoopa.
I waited in actual line for the
For the
prequel.
yeah.
Like when you
Yeah.
couldn't buy tickets online and you had to wait in a long ass line with a bunch of dirty ass people. And I mean, because let's be honest, not all Star Wars people are hygienically savvy, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I need to shave. I'll admit that. I need to shave.
hey, a shave is no problem. It's when you need a shower, So, but when I mean, I love the prequels. I waited in line. We dressed up. We did all kinds of crazy things.
Yeah.
For that,
You saw that for the Force Awakens, then.
I mean, it's a different feel for sure. I mean, that entire experience, waiting in line, is and not just getting your tickets online and showing up. It's a different experience. You were like, am I going to get in? Am I not going to get in? Are we going to get in? Is everybody going
Everybody's
to get in?
wearing Jedi robes and they got lightsabers and everybody's
Yeah.
stoked.
We were, dude.
Dude, did you hear what Meg said earlier today? I don't know why I've never thought of it this way, but it's 100% true. And dude, it was heavy for me. Did you hear what she said on Santa's stream?
No, I cut in and out of their streams when they start going Kenobi. I
She-
kind of mute.
She goes,
Yeah.
all of you people who screamed from the rooftops about how shitty the prequels were and how much you hated them,
Yep.
you're the reason we got the sequels.
I agree, dude.
Oh,
So
I
don't call yourself like a hardcore Star Wars fan and you don't understand. Like if you shit all over the prequels, then you
Well,
reap what you sow.
And okay, and I'm gonna bop. I agree, because everybody shit on George Lucas, they shit on Hayden, they shit on everything that was done during that time, including Jar Jar and everything, and that was the prequel to Twitter.
Yeah.
Right? That was the preamble to what we have now, where everybody has a voice, right? Back then, you only had a voice if you wrote stuff, and the critics, like the fandom, didn't have the voice it does now.
There were a lot of
So-
online communities.
Well,
There were a
okay,
lot
so
of-
back in the day, the problem was online wasn't really a thing yet. So because I mean, essentially, it's
I
still
had dial-up. Don't act like you was there.
No,
You don't
we
know.
Had AOL, we had AOL chat rooms, bro. I'm with
I did
you.
my
We had-
homework.
we had chat rooms and stuff like that. But my point
Right.
being is that the grief that the sequels get is minimal compared to what the prequels would have gotten in today's society,
Right.
right? And
Prequels
they
got
got old
very
for a reason.
one-sided for the lone reason alone that at the time it was more of if you hated the prequels, you were speaking out about it. If you liked the prequels, you liked them, and you had your own fandom for it. You didn't
Well-
necessarily go out of your way to like
But you
scream
weren't-
out
you
in the
weren't-
streets, "I love the prequels, George Lucas, you did fantastic."
well, I mean, but at the same time, like if
I mean,
think
he
about
did.
the fact that he changed his idea on some of his episode 2 ideas based on the shit he got from the fandom, supposedly, right? That's an argument in itself. But think of how he would have changed the script now with as much of a voice as everybody has. That was just the little voices yelling at him close by.
Yeah, the
Right.
comic book kids in the stores and shit yelling at him. It wasn't the whole freaking internet.
That's what I mean. Imagine how it would have changed. And this is the reaction from the storytellers because of what happened with the prequels. And the prequels, in my opinion, are close to perfection.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Look, everybody says,
They're
"Oh, you're a
perfect
sequel lover, oh, this
films.
and that." Look, I'm a lover of it all, but for me, the prequels are as close to perfection as you get. If they had the technology of today, they would have been perfect.
But without the prequels, the technology wouldn't be as advanced as it is anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
What George said was because he uses film as a way of revolutionizing technology because there's no big wars anymore. Because what World War II, World War One used to do was speed up on technology. And he said, "Well, we haven't got wars anymore. We'll use film to expand on technology, to advance technology, and use that." And that's what they did. That's what
I mean,
ILM
yeah.
did. Revolutionized technology, and we wouldn't have motion capture. Like Jar Jar Binks was the first ever motion captured character in cinema. It wasn't Gollum. It was
And he
Gotcha.
got so much shit that they kind of disbanded the character almost. I mean, they gave him some political bullshit, but really, I mean, they pretty much ousted the character
Oh, dude,
after.
Ahmad was on the verge of suicide. Like, I feel so bad for Ahmad Best.
Yeah.
but even like
Yeah,
in the
Jake Lloyd.
Aftermath novel. In the Aftermath
Ahmad
novel,
Best is
they
such a
Well,
great
Jar Jar
dude.
it's
Ray
see,
caught
and that's
justice,
like
don't they?
also some of the stuff that I don't understand when people are like upset when people criticize the sequels, because the thing is, especially the prequel kids like me, that like just it didn't resonate with them and like we're just criticizing the movies themselves.
Mhm.
We weren't criticizing the actors because we know better, because we saw
Mhm.
what some fucking dipshits did to like Hayden and stuff.
Bro.
And like we are like those fans are not the people that are like, and I honestly don't even think they got that much hate, because that is just completely on another level.
I got to
Like,
do my research on that.
I
But the whole
agree.
Rose Tico thing, everybody's like, she was shamed online and all that different
I don't
stuff.
believe that.
I've
As,
read a
at
lot
least
of
not
articles that
from
say,
like
that
actual
didn't
Star Wars
happen.
fans. I don't believe that,
I had someone
because
that
they
I
would
went-
know better. If you grew up with the prequels and loved the prequels, I feel like you would know better. Because
Exactly.
Well,
when
and
I grew
I
up
agree with you.
loving the prequels, obviously, like I grew up with watching the prequels first, then the OT, then Clone Wars. And like I wasn't that much on the internet until like I don't know, like around like 2011, 12, when I like slowly but surely
Jesus, I was
found
already
out
out of high
about.
school for 2 years.
But
I can make you even more sad. I was
I
at a-
didn't
was gonna
know
say.
about the prequel hate, so I was like, wait, people are hating on the prequel?
I remember that too.
And I was
I mean-
honestly, that's the sole reason why, until literally, I'm not even kidding, until probably around the time when I first joined X-Wing and like the Hangar Bay, I never really voiced my opinion about Star Wars online, because I was just like, people hate the prequels. Why should I even share my opinion?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be people like being like, oh, you fucking kid, or I don't know, like you.
Yeah.
You like that
You don't
trash,
know what good
that
cinema is.
cringe like shit, like all
You know
those
what
cheesy
people also
lines.
don't understand? The prequels are the closest thing to George's vision. It wasn't the originals, it was the prequels, because at the time he didn't have the technology to do what he wanted. And so when the prequels finally came around, he was able to do everything that he actually wanted.
I
So-
I've long since said that. I've long since said that what he really thought about Star Wars is what we got in the prequels.
in the prequels, it was
Could you imagine if
it
we
was
got-
probably the truest vision of Star
George
Wars.
Lucas.
We
He had
will-
the money. He didn't have the oversight, which he did his best he could fight with the OT anyways. But he didn't have the oversight. He had the money to do what he
Yep.
wanted to, and he had the
Yeah.
studio to do what he wanted to do. So
Could you imagine him filming the Duel of Mustafar back in 1983?
that
How
would have
that
been
looked.
interesting, but not the same.
I want somebody to do it now, like OT
Like in
Star
the
Wars Mustafar
style
battle.
of like Return of the Jedi, like in that style.
I mean, the
Yeah,
the bottom line is he would have figured out a way to do it.
Oh yeah,
well,
100%.
well,
I mean,
It
ILM
would've
would have
happened.
figured out a way to do it.
True. But no, I
What I-
agree with what Whoopa Trooper says. Like, especially Revenge of the Sith. Like, Revenge of the Sith is like the soul, and even Attack of the Clones, in my opinion. And okay, honestly, okay, I'm just gonna expand it to the entirety of the prequels. I, as a kid, definitely did not like. Nothing pulled me out in terms of effects. And even now, honestly, I have a hard
Still don't.
time
Yep.
understanding people being like, "Oh, the CGI was shitty," and I'm like, "Is it though?" Like, like the clones,
it
for
doesn't.
instance. The
It's very
clones, honestly,
stylistic.
I don't see the like. You can normally like nowadays, if I see like cinematic captures upload like a clone story, you can tell it's animated.
Yeah.
I don't see that in Revenge of the Sith. I don't. The
No,
movements
Revenge of the
are
Sith is
very
just
human-like.
affected
The
with
only
CGI.
time I notice it is
Yeah, I know the
Marty
Cody.
taking the helmet off. It
But did you notice that the
rolls
first
in the
time
way.
watching?
I was 6 at the time, so it's a little bit.
I
of
had
a
to be-
blur.
I mean, when
Fucking
I grew
weirdo.
up watching
I'm kidding.
I had to like my dad had to outright tell me like, that was just one guy, right? That's not like an army of clones. I was like, wait, what?
I honestly, yeah, same. I was like, man, they got a lot.
I was like,
of
I wonder how
people to
many
dress
actors
up.
they got for this. This was crazy. He's like, it's just one guy. It's just CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the time that was cutting edge technology. I
Mhm.
mean,
Mhm.
that's the thing is that without all of this stuff that they went through, we wouldn't have the volume. We wouldn't have, the lightsabers the way that they are now. Like everything that they did was cutting edge.
Right.
And the
I
whole way
actually
through.
like the way the lightsabers looked better in the prequels.
Oh
That's
yeah,
my
dude.
Yeah.
I love.
I just don't. It's not that I don't like the way they look now. It's just that like when I watched, not that I've seen it recently, but like when I saw the Rise of Skywalker in cinemas, it's just really hard to believe that that's Anakin's lightsaber that Rey still has. It just looks different. The color's different.
Mm.
It's just not his lightsaber. And I don't like. You got to
The
keep.
colors seemed a lot richer in the prequels. That's what I'll
Exactly.
say. The blue
Yeah.
was a lot
It
deeper.
was way more blue. Like later on, like
it
with
felt
with
natural, though.
sequels was
That's
more.
because they referenced the original trilogy more. If you go back and you look at Anakin's saber in the original trilogy, like in Ben's Hut's, very very light blue.
But that's
Yeah.
more of a product of the time.
Right. So they were rotoscoping lightsabers.
Yeah.
Take care of
Exactly. And you could literally see the wire in Obi-Wan's sleeve for his
yeah, I
lightsaber.
know. I love that.
And you can see dust coming off
Yeah.
the blades during the fight, which I have no problem with. Doesn't ruin anything for me.
Yeah, no, but like
It's
yeah, like,
ozone, Aiden, because they're freaking laser swords. All right, get over it. You're toxic.
I. But yeah, like I really, I've never will understand the hate against the effects in the prequels.
Exactly.
I mean, they literally got the attention of detail, like the clone animation. Like, if they would have made like a 1 hour cut of just battle like simulations, and like cut from Felucia to Utapau, and just show clones massacring droids, I would have watched it. In that style of animation, that would have been nuts.
Just
Like,
look at
That also
Anakin
would have
marching on the
cost
Jedi
like
Temple.
$17 million to make.
yes, but it would have probably made triple the money that it cost.
You're not wrong.
But like they, I think someone put it in the comments earlier too. The attention to detail on like the prequels and the originals was just so high. I mean, for instance, for the clones, George really wanted to sell that these are like really trained soldiers, which is something that sort of is missing in the Clone Wars TV show. But like for instance, you guys remember the one 212 trooper who like fucking races onto and jumps onto a crab droid and like blasts his head off?
Oh, I love that when he runs up and he just goes,
Yeah.
drills down.
They-
So-
Savage.
They
Yeah.
hired a ex-military guy and put a mocap suit on him and like told him like, dude, okay, so you would fight this droid thing, how would you go about it?
Yeah.
And that he fucking did like the basic thing, like ran there
Like,
and
well,
stuff.
it's a tank. Walk up there, pop open
Right.
the door, kill everybody inside. Cool.
Exactly.
Do
And
that.
it's like that scene is so iconic and it just feels so like it's so badass and it's I don't know.
I mean,
Listen, I'm
Just
not gonna stop loving the prequels and
just to
talking about
talk
it.
about the CGI, like you look at Anakin just marching on the Jedi Temple. Like, I always thought that those were real people in clone trooper outfits.
The shocking
It
thing,
looks
though,
amazing. It was
The shocking thing-
2005.
for Revenge of the
Obi-Wan.
Sith, it's the only Star Wars prequel not to win or get did it get nominated for special
I don't
effects?
think so. That's the
Like,
crime.
it didn't win. I know it didn't win at all. It was the only.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace did, Attack of the Clones did, but something else took.
I mean,
Which
place.
is really surprising because Revenge of the Sith arguably is the best looking
looking.
Star Wars movie out of
Exactly.
those.
I think it's just the best looking Star Wars movie, period.
I mean,
Dude,
crazy.
wait,
Yeah.
look back at not only Coruscant. Okay, so like Coruscant,
Mhm.
ridiculous. Like you built an entire city planet, but Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk,
Oh my god.
Utapau,
Yeah, Utapau.
Mustafar.
Oh my God, dude.
Mustafar.
I feel
still
like
think-
Mustafar is pretty easy compared to like Kashyyyk and Coruscant. I feel like Mustafar is pretty
I
easy.
still think
I would
Holiday
say that
Special
Mustafar would be
is
one of the
better.
hardest ones because they had to get the lava color and they had to get all that.
I mean,
Well-
they partly took just like actual footage from
Yep.
actual
Volcano,
volcanoes.
Yeah, that was cool seeing that how they
Yeah.
also did the they poured that stuff down the river with like the
Oh
LED
yeah,
lights
yeah,
under it.
yeah.
That's
Super cool.
Oh yeah, I
So cool.
remember.
Could you imagine
Dude,
having
I need
George
to
Lucas
watch
run
the
up to
making
you?
offs
even
again.
Naboo.
Yeah.
Could you
Naboo's
imagine
such
having
a
Naboo?
great looking planet.
Could you imagine George just running up to you and going, right, there's an active volcano just erupted in Italy. Go and film it. I want you to go and stand on top of it and go and film.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't know about Hans Christensen, but Hayden
Hans?
Christensen
I
was
think he
really
means
great at
Hayden.
line delivery.
I don't even have a problem with the dialogue, but
Me
yeah, I
neither,
agree. Like if we're just concentrating on like Hayden is one of these actors that you can literally read what he's thinking in his eyes.
Exactly.
Like it's sort of like
doesn't need
yeah,
to say anything.
like
I'm not
when,
gonna-
when
I'm
you
not-
see him
everything
stand
he's
at the
feeling.
I'm not
window
symptom for hating this actor.
and Revenge of the Sith, looking out the window, like thinking about Padme, you could see it in his eyes.
Which is perfect because Anakin wore his emotions on his sleeve. He was a bad
Yes,
Jedi, bro.
exactly.
It's perfect.
Exactly.
All right, I
I
gotta go.
like the.
All right.
It's also people
Thanks for
were
stopping
like,
by. X-Wing
Such a good
Ticket.
talk, dude. I enjoy the heck out of this.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Well,
well,
welcome anytime. And so I guess
Take care,
we're pulling JT in.
yeah, I'm gonna bookmark this because I think we should pick this back up on a Hangar Bay. It's a good, passionate talk.
Hell yeah.
Okay, guys.
but, Hayden
Enjoy the rest of your
Christensen-
Friday.
Hell yeah, you
Right,
too.
Hayden Christensen purposely studied James
Here we
Earl
go.
Jones.
I'm the new X-wing, guys. I'll be
delivered
pulling
This very monotone
I'm
performance.
the captain now. Sorry, Aiden, go on.
Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Hayden Christensen studied James Earl Jones' voice patterns and even basically his movements, and
Hey,
he
what's
just took that and gave us this monotone performance that was very intentional because that's what George wanted. It was great. I don't know why people like he's the worst part of the prequels. His acting's terrible. I think he's probably has the best acting in those films.
I'm not going to defend Hayden's acting in the movie. I think he's not. I think he's a subpart actor compared to a lot of talent that we've seen over the past 90 to 100 years in cinema. He's
How
not-
dare you?
I know.
Uh,
terrible.
You're making Aiden mad.
Wow.
He's no Al Pacino. He's no Robert De Niro.
No, but he's Anakin. That's all he needs to be.
Exactly.
He's Anakin.
Nobody else will ever be Anakin, and never would have been ever Anakin.
Exactly.
Hayden is Anakin.
Yeah, some people embody the role that they are. But what I'm saying is, as a actor in the industry, he is very subpar.
Oh, I liked him in Looper.
I mean,
Really?
he's.
I'm gonna
I,
be
I
disappointed
feel like
on that.
he's
I wouldn't
definitely
say
not
subpar.
amazing, but he's solid. Like Takers, I remember very
Takers,
fondly.
Jumper.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's subpar. I think he's par. I think if you're to say
Yes.
he's average, he's average.
Yeah,
If he's below average, then I think he would have got way more hate, even from the people that loved it. So,
if it was a Sandra Bullock, that type of.
well,
I mean,
you even got to think about it. I went and I see the newest Sandra Bullock movie with Channing Tatum. It's called like Lost City or something like that.
yeah.
Very
That's the-
B tier. Did not care about it at all.
I kind of
Film.
could. I thought yeah. Trailer already kind of seemed like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's like plot armor. There's like, well, not plot armor. There's like plot like hand holding moments in the movie. Like she's looking for this something, and then she has like the piece of paper. The way her and Channing fall down a hill, like to escape the bad guys, they come right up to the waterfall, and right on the wall, engraved in the side of the wall, is right where she puts the piece of paper and finds the clue.
Oh, of
What are the
course.
chances?
Wow. Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky. But yeah, I enjoy Hayden. I'm excited to see Hayden back, and I'm like happy for him to come back to Star Wars because he is the face of Anakin Skywalker.
Yep.
Would I be if he's in another movie like he was in Little Italy that he did? What was the movie done back in 2018?
That was Little Italy.
Yeah, Little Italy. I didn't excite me that he
Well-
was in the cast, so I didn't see the film, like that type of thing. If he's coming back to Star Wars, I'm excited, but if he's
Right.
going to anything else, I'm not. Like,
I
going
think
Which
he's
is,
a good
uh,
actor.
you, and it's a little bit
I
different.
really don't think he's a bad actor.
Yeah, he was in American Heist too. That was a great movie.
Yeah, American Heist was really
Mm.
good.
And
Yeah.
also Goosebumps. I never noticed. He was in Goosebumps as a kid.
That's right.
Wait. Really?
Forget
watched
what
that and I
put
don't-
it.
Wait.
It's a young Hayden, dude. Like seriously. young.
Wait. Okay, I gotta rewatch. I have watched that movie. I don't remember.
Did he do
Oh.
Jumper
No, not
as
the movie.
well?
The old show.
Oh, the
The
show.
Goosebumps show.
It's like a
yeah.
90s show.
I'm not sure if I've seen that.
Yeah, just
What's
look up
funny-
Hayden Christensen Goosebumps, and you'll be you're like,
Oh,
yep.
I'll look that.
He was on a
up
show called
after the
Higher
stream.
Ground.
Hell yeah.
Called Higher Ground.
He was on a show called Higher
Higher
Ground.
Did him.
Was it Jumper that he done as well?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes,
Jumper.
Jumper was
Yeah.
really
I
good.
love that. He fought
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson in that movie.
Mhm. Mace Windu came back
That's
for his
fair.
revenge.
No, but
Yeah.
as I said, he's not Ewan to me. Like Ewan, I'd be excited to see him in a project. Like he was the reason I went and saw Birds of Prey. Like it wasn't seeing Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. It was more seeing what Ewan
Right,
was
obviously not.
the Black Mask. He was. That's what makes me excited for the Kenobi series is more seeing Ewan.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's in
I
the
don't-
title.
I mean, yeah.
It's kind of the whole
But
point of the
This
show.
is going to be the first time we're going to see Ewan on a actual live set
Yeah.
instead of on blue screen. Which
Yeah.
would be
Well,
interesting to see
yeah.
what his acting would be different in the sense of working with actual
I think it'll be better.
physical. Mm.
I didn't. I mean, I get that it was partially for some things it was probably hard, but at
But
the
he
same
pulled it
time
off
with
so
the
good.
battle droids and stuff, I feel like CGI is just the way to go. It just wouldn't have been this satisfying if they would have like slashed at green screen people like in Mando. Like you
Well-
can tell in Mando that he's like avoiding completely cutting through. Well, obviously the actors in the suit. Like it just doesn't have the same buttery
Exactly.
feel of the battle droids.
And that's what you were mentioning, like seeing just like an hour cut of just Jedi, fighting in Geonosis, cutting down battle droids like
Oh,
butter.
yeah.
I mean, they have a satisfying recipe.
Yeah.
People like to see, slice them down.
Yeah.
Even aliens too. When in A New Hope, when They were in the
I'll be
bar.
right back.
Something about seeing Obi-Wan take off Ponda Baba's arm
Mm.
when he's with Dr. Evazan and seeing it on the floor like, oh my god, no way, that was awesome. You know? But yeah,
Mm.
battle droids are it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. You can cut
Which-
them down.
Speaking of, I have not linked his Instagram, but I will link it after the stream. JT is mainly on
Stop.
Instagram, and he is building the first. Is it like completely mechanized, essentially?
So basically, it's adult Bionicles.
Right, because
Yeah.
he's building a commando droid, but with the do you call it senator sort of like royal guard skins?
Oh, the,
I guess.
the Senate Commander. The Senate
So the video
Commando.
games and the show have different canons when it comes to the paint schemes of the commando droids because they're BX series. There is no
Right.
other BX series droid besides the commando droid because they were supposed to be the best of the best. You know, that's why there are so few of them. You only see them when they're in like an office or like the head of a ship. Like season 7, you saw like 4 of them with Admiral Trench. And that was it. There were like no more when Anakin was fighting. They're expensive to make,
Right.
as long as some other droids. But BX series line, they were supposed to be the best of the best. They flipped around,
Yeah.
magnetic feet, you know. But there's different liberties and canons taken to their skins that they were painted and what they were used for. There was the training one. The training was included just because of Battlefront 2's video game. They just decided to paint it white and throw some orange crosshairs on it to simulate the training version. But we've never seen a training battle or a training commando droid in the Clone Wars.
No, we have in the Domino Squad when they train on Camino. They have like 2 commando droids that are manning the turrets.
I would have to look back and watch, but
Hold on.
maybe we did.
me-
But
I'll
they
pull it up.
but they use like miscellaneous skins though too. Like
Right.
that one
No,
arc where-
definitely. The Droideka wasn't there and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but something like the Cad Bane arc where he was going to the Senator
Oh, yeah.
building, they had 2 different painted, blue and black ones, and it
Yeah.
had like X's on it that kind of looked like a UK flag in a way, like painted on her chest. And then another one was like a cross. There were 2 of them, but they were both different. But those are one-offs. We've never seen any iteration of that since.
Yep.
But the one I'm doing is going to be the first in the world diplomatic security guard, which
Hell
in the
yeah.
Onderon arc. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Wait, yeah, that kind of reminds me of the Citadel when they rip Echo.
Right. Yeah. Which those had like another different paint job.
Yeah, because they had a symbol, didn't they? The Citadel.
Yeah, they had like yellow lines, I think, and
Yeah, it was a dandelion gold and the purple.
right. Yep.
And that's the thing too. So there has been already a BX Commando droid in person. In person. Oh, Strike has sent this to me, and I was explaining to him, you don't understand when it comes to the attention of detail and the ability that mine's going to be able to do, and also it being the first diplomatic security, because when people make it, there's only I think 2 in existence, and they're both captains. They have the white paint on their face, but they're missing parts too. So it really comes down to the attention of detail. Tomorrow, actually, the guy, season 6 champion of Face Off, Rashad Santiago, I'm going to be meeting up with him at my dad's shop, and he'll be wiring up the ovens.
Nice.
Yes, so it's together quick.
Okay, so I just saw that Padawannabe is in the backstage, and we only have room for 6 people.
I'll leave.
Okay.
Right, so you can bring
Oh,
him on.
thank God.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
All right,
I'm
Aiden,
not drawing
boot.
Legos. I'm drawing
I'm gone.
Sonic at the moment.
That
So,
looks sweet. Nice.
yeah.
At this point, we're not even talking about Legos anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
no, but
I'll
if
leave
you
the children play
you want to leave for him, then
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
fine.
need to choose, which is good.
I know it's okay. It's okay. I know you
Yeah.
lot can go and simp for Hayden and love
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Get out of here, Hayden.
Yeah.
Hayden, hater.
You
No,
ain't better.
but appreciate you stopping by.
No,
It was good
always
talking to you,
good
man.
chat.
I missed you, bro.
Yeah.
And for anyone who has not seen him anywhere yet, I have linked his Instagram in the description. He
Which
has a lot of cool
You should go check it
replica
out for
stuff,
mediocre
which
movie
is going to
reviews.
make you jealous as fuck. So go ahead and give him a follow and
I will
look
be
through
changing
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
I will be changing it from a little bit, not just to Star Wars, because I have been getting other prop replicas. I have got a Newt Scamander one coming tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
And I mean, as I recently picked up the One Ring and stuff, I just want to change it up and show a bit more other different movies
Hell yeah.
and pieces. Because
All right. So if you're into props and like replicas,
If you're into a really cool dude, check out his Instagram.
all right. And with that said,
right,
take care,
see you
Nick.
later.
Thanks for stopping. All right,
Oh.
and he's gone, and we have another one.
Unfortunately,
What?
Well, Strike, you're so popular. You got people lined up.
right?
Yeah, like
What's up,
I
Padawan? How
literally
you
like
doing, bro?
I need to choose which one I want to have.
Smooth.
You can tell he came
I
from
had a
Qui-Gon.
nickel.
You're never gonna let go. What's up, Padawan? Be welcome.
Hello, Aiden.
Sorry
no,
for leaving you in the backstage for
No.
so long.
I was trying. I just noticed you weren't paying attention to the chat, and I even said, I was like, I know you can only have 6 on this, so I didn't want.
I
you
only
to
have
feel-
2 eyes. I'm like looking at the panel and the chat and the private.
I definitely didn't want you to feel like you needed to come on here.
No.
I was totally just teasing. And
I mean, you had a
Aiden,
point. Like
Aiden
some people
also.
are
It's
not
like,
building anything.
I'm just messing with you, dude. I'm.
It's all good. Glad
Listen,
you could make
buddy,
it
we
on.
don't mess around here. We don't kid around on Talking Bricks. This is
I-
serious.
Yeah,
I'm-
exactly. This is some
I'm-
serious business. If you say
I'm-
a wrong
I'm
thing
never
about
gonna
Hayden,
let-
you're
Oh
out.
God.
I'm
See
never
your
gonna
comments,
let
Padawan,
Aiden live that moment down. Sorry, bro, but that was like falling asleep during team meeting. You know what I mean? I love you. That was awesome. That was awesome. But you know, you gotta give a boy a ribbing. You know.
Yeah, Arlena, that's why we kicked him off.
That was just good. They ain't no hate there. I'm totally teasing. That's just great.
It's all good,
Yeah.
bro.
It's the community, man. It's awesome. And you guys were talking about some good stuff there. I was like, God, man, I want to get in on this.
Well, now's the chance if you want to go back to a topic.
Oh my God, make
Go
me
nuts.
make
Yeah,
me
Arlena,
remember
we're
Trump.
missing Charlie, so we can't
Yeah,
partake in
exactly.
that.
I think he's still at work, but yeah, we're definitely missing him for that kind of action.
Okay, you guys just brought up Charlie, so I'm gonna do a selfless plug here. I reached out to and if anybody's listening and they're interested, let me finish my damn sentences here.
Go for it.
If I reached out a few days or yesterday, I think, because I've been kind of hear people talk, and Smallville seems to be a little bigger than I realized. It was like, hey, that was one of the first shows, and okay, sorry, we're going DC, where we're not even going Marvel here. So I apologize, everybody.
Oh, no worries.
Nice DC, and that's like one of the best films ever. So no
But,
worries.
I just was like, Smallville was one of the first shows that I really was like, I have to own it. I actually stopped watching it at a certain point, season 6 or 7, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait and I'm gonna own this. My life was getting in the way and I couldn't keep up with television. This was actually a time. I'm sorry, all you youngins gotta understand. There was a time when we had to wait for television, and I know you're not used to this, but
Oh, there was no
Excuse
fast
me?
forwarding.
We're all like 19 or 18. We still like slightly experience that.
We were
so
there.
Go fuck
We were
yourself.
there.
I'm kidding.
Man, I'll be 21 next week. I grew up with the VHS TV. I understand.
and
Exactly.
No
And
Thank
fast
then-
forward,
you.
no rewind.
I'll give a point that
You can
not
you can
many-
okay, you can say Fortnite kids, okay? So that
Yes.
includes Ronnie mainly. You
Yeah.
can say Fortnite kids. That's
and
okay.
X-wing.
And
Here's
X-Wing.
here's a point that hasn't really been brought up a whole lot. Before we had movies that we could really buy, which I would say is recognizably for people time wise, think around Batman 89. It was a few years earlier that we started having rental establishments and things like that. But around that time, when I was a kid, I would see something in the theater and then literally have to wait years for it to come out on TV. But then when I got a chance to record what was on television, it was not what I saw in the theaters. But that was the version that I got to live with.
Mm.
Star Wars, Goonies. Think of any movie, and the first time you see it in the theater, and then the next 5 to 10 years, you can only see a television edit. So it's literally
Right.
it's like a 65-minute movie at that point. And so, I mean, that's even a difference. It's like, God, because I remember you guys were mentioning the different versions of the Star Wars movies. And it's like, I'm lucky enough to have a version of the Star Wars before when it was remastered, or when it was digitally remastered, and then when it was re-released. So I do,
You
I
want
do
to
have
hear
the
a
different
perfect?
reasons.
You want to hear a perfect example of what you're talking about? Starship Troopers. There's boobs.
Oh,
Tits
yeah.
in the original
Okay.
cut.
Oh,
And on TV?
well,
Scrap.
okay. I was,
All right,
I
everyone.
was,
That's the quality content you seek, right?
and if you mentioned Starship Troopers, when did Starship Troopers come out? Was that before or after 2000?
Oh, holy
or
hell.
right
Okay, no,
around
no,
that
no.
time?
Hold on. We're derailing completely. Okay, yes. Now go for it. Shameless plug. Now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, I reached out, and Charlie
Yes.
happened to reach out, and that's why I'm mentioning this.
Oh,
And of all the people that reached out, he just happens to be, if anybody knows Charlie in the community or chatted with him or seen his chats in the Discord,
He's
he's
brother.
definitely one of the more connected people within Smallville.
Yeah, when you put
So-
that into Discord, I immediately said Charlie would probably be interested.
And I wanted to reach out to him initially, but I'm professional. I'm not gonna be too pushy. It's like, hey, he came forward after that, so it's totally cool. This is, I've done play-by-play in the past. I have worked in television and radio when I was in college, and this is almost like a dream thing for me. It's like, wow, you know what? I actually have a commentator that is gonna know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah.
and I'm
Smallville
so
and Charlie is like this, so you're gonna have someone that knows his
very
stuff.
much looking forward to this opportunity with him. And just, I didn't realize that Smallville, it stopped in it went 10 seasons, so it stopped around 2011-ish. But I didn't realize it was, to me, that seems fairly recent. It ran for 10 years, and this is one of the shows we literally got to see. We didn't see them grow up, but we saw them mature as adults. Because we all know by this time now, I mean, honestly, do we really believe that Clark Kent in the first season of Smallville looks like a freshman in high school? There's
I have
No idea. I don't know.
I've
Okay,
never
raise
seen
your hand if
Smallville.
you're like into Smallville, because I'm not really.
I watched
I've never
Smallville when I
seen
was
it.
Never seen it in my life.
Right. So
Yeah, I'm with JT on this one.
save
Okay,
it
okay,
with
okay.
the conversation for Charlie.
okay. Well, I'm sorry for that, but
No, all good. All
How
good.
dare
That's the
you?
thing. It's
Jerry.
I'll just say that that without getting into detail, the man who played Clark Kent did not have what I would call a Michael J. Fox syndrome and did not look like a little freshman when he was clearly over 18.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, for
this
sure.
was still that time when this was, gosh, this might have been, to be honest, I think Harry Potter is probably the first time I actually saw people cast where they were actually that age since like E.T.
What about the younglings?
Well,
What about
they
the
don't
Jordan
actually
Whoopi?
tell us how old they are. They don't actually tell us how old they are.
Nah, okay, I get what you're saying.
No, that's awesome. But yeah, shameless plug. So I'm going to start doing a stream with Charlie about Smallville.
and is that
and
gonna be on your channel?
That'll be on my channel.
All
And
right. So
I would-
everyone,
yeah,
if
so-
you're a Smallville fan, I already linked his YouTube channel in the description. So if you're into Smallville and that kind of content, and also just random Lego and collectibles content, go give him a sub.
but
by.
yeah, there's going to be a lot of. I think that'll be the first thing that I can really do some significant content on. So I
Mhm.
figured, why not, and just go with that. And
Hell yeah.
especially with that. But there's, anybody that's, gosh, discussed anything with me knows I'm interested in very much a lot. It was kind of, I'm gonna shout out to Whoopa because that's kind of cool seeing him in here. I know him from some other communities, so that's awesome to see him over
Hell yeah.
in your stream, Strike. That's way cool. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him myself.
I am. I usually don't like. I'm really like into like the community realm of like X-Wing, 2 Star Wars nerds, SmackTube. So I'm like sort of limited of how many channels I can watch, but I am aware and really appreciate every one of you guys for stopping by the stream.
And I'll give him a shameless plug. He's got his own channel. He's been actually doing
Hell
some
yeah.
Pokemon streams and things like that. So if you're interested in that stuff, like I said, I have a wide range of likes. So
Oh my-
Look at Katarina's comment, Aiden.
yeah, I just saw
I
it.
We had another one of those moments, didn't we?
ouch. Man, you guys are killing me. I got the comment
Oof,
behind
that's
me. I got
rough.
to catch up on all
We
this
had the
stuff.
same shit happen on
Small
Lainey's
bit.
podcast.
Right.
All 3 of us looked at the comment at the exact same time and just started laughing.
uh
Oh man.
Oh,
That's
wow.
great.
Okay. This is something that I'll notice here because a lot of people haven't really seen this set. Let me see which way I got to lean here. So this is I found this interesting. The head of the Dark Trooper has all that detail.
Yep.
And then we're gonna just cover it up.
Nah, yeah, no. Yeah, it has face
and just
printing.
see the red. And just see
Just
the
like
red
the
there.
original Phase 2 clone troopers and the original scout troopers, they just have a black head and then they put the white over it to give it the
Right.
eyes.
This
Yeah.
is weird, but that actually has a print on there. I don't know if it's gonna.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember the like Imperial
Interesting.
V-wing pilots, they also had like a lot of face detail, even though like most of it, like except the eyes, was covered up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can count that, Strike, because that's a clone, and I was always disappointed when they didn't have a face.
I mean, the
Just
helmet
saying.
always stays on.
No, it does not. That's a
Oh,
totally.
it does. Oh, it does.
That's with the creed, not the job.
It's the
Did you get that tattooed?
the helmet stays on.
Yeah, that too.
That's
Okay.
great.
It's like a
Wow.
part 1 and part 2 tattoo. You get one on one arm and you get one on the other, and you put them together, and it creates a whole.
Oh, yeah.
sentence.
Okay, old guy, I just geeked out here. This is the first cape that I've got that is cloth.
Oh wow, you're a boomer on capes then. Those have been around, but yeah, they did exchange those. They kind of jumped like forth and back on the capes. Like some are now cloth, some are still the more like hard ones.
Okay, what the hell, Black Series? That's all I'll say. Really, Lego can do this on a minifig, and then we get some of the crappiest stuff in Black Series, and
I don't know
What-
if I would
what-
give Lego that much credit, but
I don't know, man. That's even the figures when I was a kid didn't have felt capes. They were all
Well,
vinyl.
Send them to the Ranting Bricks podcast. Not
yeah, the
Talking
Ranting Bricks con.
I'm surprised. I mean, really, how many
Surprised for sure.
how many
You'll never see
felt
another Black
capes?
Series set appear on his credit bill.
Oh, Luke, does he have two faces?
Yeah. But going back
Okay.
to some more Lego stuff, Padawannabe, have you? I know you've played like a bit of
I'm
Lego
sorry.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the game so far in general?
Okay.
And I haven't asked JT on stream either. Right? Oh, we're gonna get to you next. We're gonna get to you next.
Oh
I've
God.
only played episode 4. I
Ooh,
just
so you
finished,
started with the OT.
well, I just finished. Yeah, I just finished it last night.
It's good shit.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
I like that same scene.
okay. I like the open world. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very easy to navigate because in past games where they had the open world, my big example would be Jurassic Park, and that was kind of, I would think it was in the early. I think the open world was kind of a new thing for the game at that point.
Hmm.
Now it's very revamped and it's very different from any Lego game that's ever even existed.
Yeah.
I like the boss battles. The fact that the story mode, that's all I've really done, but the story mode in A New Hope didn't include actual, like being Obi-Wan and having to do anything with the tractor beam.
Mhm.
You didn't?
I
You-
think
I
you do
felt-
actually. I think
I
you actually
felt-
do deactivate the tractor with Obi-Wan.
And if you did, it was
Obi-Wan.
that unmemorable for me.
It was. It was definitely unmemorable. It wasn't a big thing.
This is a mutual thing between people. Everyone agrees that some scenes were rushed, and there's other like major scenes that we wanted to get that we didn't get, and then others were completely drawn out like tenfold.
Right, I could not.
Um,
Honestly, the like after the Mos Eisley mission in Emperor
I'm not
Strikes
on
Back,
New
I was
Hope
just
yet.
like, we're actually going to repair the Falcon
Bro,
again.
bro, I'm not there yet.
Oh, well,
Okay.
you repair the Falcon.
Okay, first impression.
Spoiler.
First impression from the first level, and it's
Dude, please don't spoil the story for me.
I have not seen the
I'm
movies.
missing.
I don't
I'm
know what
missing.
happens.
I feel like I'm missing a bunch. I feel like I've played very little of what were the pivotal points in A New Hope.
Mhm.
And the flight level on the new game, I felt was very well done. The flight, all of it feels so good, looks fantastic. But compared to the old games, I'll be literal, when you get into the 3D mapping, what is the Death Star run? It's a box and a hallway. and you're out of there. How you hear me now and not knowing what to say, that's how I felt last night when I played the game. I was like,
Well, you got to
That's
think
it?
though too. In the
That's it.
original, in the complete saga, they had the Geonosis one where you're flying the LAAT dropship, and you're
Right.
going through. You're trying to like shoot through these like laser gates. The same thing with when you're doing that chase with Zam Wessel. It's like a 2D kind of top scroller for a little portion, and you're like
Right.
doing this. That's, in my opinion, that's just the same as being on lanes as the new one. So I don't really have a complaint about that.
but what I'll say for that, for what I'm missing from this game, I totally encourage people. There is no reason not to buy the old games. Buy the complete saga.
Oh,
Play
obviously.
that. Acquire the complete saga, the first 6 editions. Play that. Because it is not the same game. They are Lego, but you will get a very different experience from the two.
I think
That-
that's not, I
Obviously.
don't think that's a bad
that-
thing though.
No,
No,
I mean,
and I don't either. This is one of those things I look at in a good way. Like, even though they reimagined or rebooted a series, I can't put it together. I can totally distinguish them from one another, and one doesn't ruin the other one for me.
right.
It was just, I was surprised. That's all I can say. I was like, wow, that's it. But it makes me want to play more. And it's like, but I've only played the one episode. I cannot really say that's a good perspective to have at this point.
You played the one episode, and you're saying that they're missing key pivotal moments, at least
Well-
that you would have expected to see.
well,
Man, you're gonna hate playing through the prequels because
I
the old
Yeah.
ones are a lot longer.
I played the original trilogy and the prequel separately, both of those games. And then I played the complete saga. So I've seen
Oh,
how
I'm
it's
talking just about
progressed.
I'm just talking about the new one, the Skywalker saga. The OT is a lot longer than the prequels.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't doubt. I'm looking at it like each trilogy is gonna be their own formats, and they figured out a way to put it together. Now I'm hoping they figured out a good way to put it together. But do I know that until I played it? I don't really know.
Well,
But
take it
I'm
from
not-
somebody who has 750 Kyber bricks. I like it.
But what?
I'm not disappointed
Like
with the
150.
game at all.
700.
I don't want anybody to think that. I'm not disappointed with this game at all. But all I'm saying is I would encourage people, if you enjoy this game and you haven't played Lego Star Wars before, yes, very much buy the complete saga, because you will
Oh, yeah.
you will get a very good Lego game experience, and it will be different from the one you have with this game.
You can say that about other
Obviously.
games too, though.
Yeah.
I would recommend if you were to get like say like the Force Unleashed. The Force Unleashed on the PS3 is completely different than the PS2. Same story, but it is longer on the PS2, and the PS3 offers, alternate kind of scenes, and it's a little bit more better graphics. It's completely up to you. You can say
Yeah.
that about other games, and I completely
Yeah.
agree.
For sure. Both games have definitely something for them. It's just, I mean, what it comes down to is, all of us have played the complete saga way before Skywalker Saga came out. And, obviously there's a lot of nostalgia for it, and, but yeah, they're not the same game. I mean, this one is like probably it is the most modern Lego game ever right now. So obviously it's gonna be different. I think they've done a really good job at making it modern and giving it its own feel, but at the same time keeping the Lego aspect to it, which isn't that easy, especially with the humor. It can be quite hit or miss, but I think they really did a good job. And what I said earlier with, I do think in some scenes they took some risks, but I think they were worth it. I really do, because that way it just doesn't feel it doesn't feel the same to what we've gotten before, and that's a good thing. It feels fresh, feels new, it feels interesting. The little nods to like the Lego games that came before, I personally really love, like the posters or like certain like scenes with like the clones fighting with the droids and all that sort of stuff. It's really fun. I think it really expanded on the Lego game idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes I even forget. I think I'm playing a Lego game. I mean, the surroundings in the map look so good. They're like screen used images, like fully built. Like the tree on the Kashyyyk, like that is like a real modeled tree.
Yeah.
You're running on it as a little Lego guy. So
well, I mean, essentially all the maps. It's just literally just like tables built out of Lego standing in the
I forget
environment.
I'm playing a Lego game. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to think I'm not looking at any comments right now. I don't want anybody to think I'm not enjoying my time playing this game. And having played Lego for so long, you guys were all mentioning all the games. And I think I've played every Lego game except for like maybe 5 or 6 of them. So I've played the Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Batman, all these games that have come out over the years. And so I was able to actually play these games as they came out. So I saw the progression. It's like, okay, this game is different from the last game a little bit because of this reason. I think Lego Indiana Jones, honestly, I think that was the first one.
Yeah, buddy.
So, and that game was very different. You saw a little bit of progression with Star Wars, and then you saw a little bit of progression with Batman, and then you saw a little bit of progression with, Harry Potter, and then Jurassic Park really stepped forward quite a bit in my mind. But it's similar to how the Marvel games work. And just how this game is totally makes sense to me. All the progressions and the gameplay and all that stuff, all of it makes so much sense. But having played all those games, I see how I instantly see the changes and things like that. But I haven't.
Yeah, I think we all do.
I haven't hated on anything. Yeah. The only thing I have not liked that just made me go, yeah, wow, I don't like that in this game is when Jar Jar Binks says not.
What does he say?
He actually says the term not, N-O-T. He says something like, oh, this is real safe, not. And it's like, that I couldn't believe it. That deserves no place in this universe as a joke or not. It didn't make sense to me. And this seems like a silly little thing, even to me.
I'm confused.
I still don't get it.
You said you played only the first one, and now you said that you.
I've seen probably 10 streams. I watch a lot of people's streams.
Yeah, I was getting confused.
But there's a specific point, and the joke is from Wayne's World, and it was a term before that, but Wayne's World made it popular. And there's a term called not. It's a negative. So you would say something sarcastically, and then you would go, not. Like, oh, you're a good driver. Not. Oh, you're a great Star Wars fan. Not. And it's very much planted in history. It's a 90s term. It came and went. It was never in Star Wars. It was never.
This is canon. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I understand.
They have Qui-Gon Jinn. He says I have a specific set of skills.
But that fit. To me, that didn't throw me out of the Star Wars world. That was like, oh, that was really clever. But them saying not, it was too ingrained in pop culture that wasn't Star Wars.
I don't know. I've not seen too many people be upset
And
about. I honestly didn't even
No,
notice it.
that's the thing. That's a totally personal thing. But like I remember when the term wasn't around. And then I remember when it was around. And then Wayne's World got hugely popular. And it's like, and now the term went away. And people
I
are
can-
bringing
I
it
can
back
see where
because it's
yeah.
retro, but that was, and it's a silly thing. I'm not hating the game because it said that. It was just like, wow,
Said
I
the thing, not.
really surprised me that they used that lingo.
I'm not hating the game. Not.
Yeah.
Did you say you're not hating the game?
No, it's double not. So
Yeah,
he is. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not hating the game. Not
So if you didn't want to go to space, are you an astronaut?
Astro.
No
You're
way.
an,
If it's a
ast- you're
double
an
knot,
Astro
that
ain't.
means he isn't hating the game.
All right, we're
Look,
cutting the
it's
stream.
two
Too much
negatives
bullshit.
cancel out.
No, I agree with you, Padawannabe, though. You know, my generation had the term beast mode. That and
I
swag,
remember that.
you know, and that was used
Swag.
to was a dead horse.
Yeah.
To
So-
me, it was funny. I remember Beast Mode coming on, and it was like, you guys, this isn't the generation that to be talking about Beast Mode.
My dad, he was a skater. He was an original skater in the 80s. His biggest word for catch on like cliches was radical. That's the best you can do.
Radical.
That I want to bring that one back.
What about
That's like one of the
I'm
funniest
bringing
things
it back.
I'm
That's one of
bringing it back.
that's one of the greatest ones ever. Radical. That's gnarly,
What about Wizard?
dude. Whoa, bro. Yeah, that surfer era, that Valley Girl surfer era on the West Coast. That was
Man, we live in New York, and he was saying it. So I
I-
don't know
I
what
know.
that's about.
that's what I mean.
Dad,
I'm just
what
like
were you thinking?
I can't believe how big that got. It was so weird living in
Like-
that
like you
time
said,
and
though,
seeing
like-
things grow
Like
like
you said,
that.
though, it was ingrained in pop culture. It just kind of becomes part of speech, so you don't really pick up on it. But I guess if you picked up on it, you know, all to you. But you know, I didn't notice it in the game. It wasn't immersion breaking. for
See,
me.
and that's it's you wouldn't turn like if it said, what if they said like, what if the term dweeb came up in the game?
If Jar Jar said Misa have swag, I would have just thrown my console out the window.
See, okay, exactly. That's a
Bro,
really
he doesn't
good.
have swag? What are you talking about?
That's a really good.
The drip.
Man,
That's
the
an
drip was
awesome
real.
example of that, though.
Especially in
That's
Attack of
a-
the Clones. Look at that drip he had going.
Sure.
But see, I can't say it was that big a
Man,
deal.
was the Senate.
When it really comes down to it, I'm not going to stop playing the game over it. I was just like, really? Man, that's the one of all the jokes you could have made. That was the joke. You know, it's like, man, brainstorm a little bit.
Yeah,
But
we're in Palpatine's office, and he's in his Chancellor uniform, and then all of a sudden he gets up and he goes, like the TikTok thing.
Oh no. Okay, I would have. Yeah. Anything regarding
So good.
TikTok, I
There's
would
a
have
certain
probably.
level of cringe that you just have to endure.
Nah, it's a level of cringe that would just kill me
Like if
immediately. I would be. I'm not brave enough for this.
I'm not brave
That's
enough
awesome.
for politics.
That's awesome.
No.
That's a,
But
I mean,
okay, but
it's not a big deal, but it was
Yeah.
just like,
in all
that
in all
was-
fairness, the comedy or the comedic aspect of the game has been very on point.
Oh yeah,
overall.
I enjoy it very much. Yes, I totally agree with that. And I'm not playing the game because I don't like it. I just know it's a super involved game. I mean, I'll speak of it on here because I think it's kind of funny. I played like an hour and a half of the game, and I got most of the way through episode 4. And then I played the game for another hour and a half. And basically all I did was roam around the temple on Yavin 4. So
Yeah, the free play is addicting.
It'll take you an hour plus to do one world, and you got like 19 different planets or something.
Mhm.
So
I know I will enjoy this game. Lego games are one of those games that
It's hard to not enjoy them.
I enjoy getting the 100%. I enjoy getting every single ounce that I can get out of
Every
that
single
game.
one of
Like
them.
I said, I'm at 750, but there is still so much to do.
And yeah, I mean, you got to
Puzzles
buy
and-
everything. You have to. There's maybe like a dozen achievements or trophies that you have to go out of your way to
There's
do.
only 41 trophies in the game.
But
Yeah.
almost all of the trophies are progression based. You know, complete this sector, collect all of this, buy all of these items, build these people all the way up. To me, those are normal progressive achievements. So it's very, and for somebody who likes to get the 100%, when I play a game when I get 100% of the achievements, you've played the game to death. You've done everything. There's nothing else the developers intended you to do at that point.
Well, yeah.
Granted-
talking about
Granted,
things
you
that
and your
developers
flying
didn't
around
intend
and
to.
cheating all the time. No.
Talking about things that developers didn't intend you to do, I cannot even count the amount of challenges I have cheesed through because I used Boba or Django
Yeah.
with the jetpack.
Yeah.
I
The
knew right where
amount
you were
of
going
fiber
with
bricks
that.
that I
Yeah.
robbed of the
Yep.
game because I literally cannot use the scavenger yet. So I'm like, I'm parkouring this shit. I'm doing.
See, at that point, I'm like, okay, I can't use this guy. I'm not even gonna bother with this. I'm
No,
tempted
I'm
now.
like, oh no, I'm gonna cheese the shit out of this game and do it like anyway.
I'm
You will
very
find-
tempted now.
You will
Oh, go
find
ahead. Go ahead. real
many,
quick.
many puzzles where you have to use a force character and
Yep.
build like a stack of crates to get to a thing. But if at the top of the place you need to get to has like a bar or a little
Grapple,
hook,
it's just gonna like fly a bit up and then.
climb it up and then skip the whole building process.
Yep.
You have
Oh.
like 15 seconds saved.
And
To be fair though, it feels really satisfying when you manage it because it just feels like you outsmarted the game, and it's I honestly really like it because I mean, apart from the fact that I really enjoy playing Django or Boba, but
Really? I would never.
yeah, no,
guess.
right?
honestly.
I wouldn't have
I
figured.
thought you were a Gonk main.
so weird.
Honestly though, okay, low key though, I think the Gonk missions are
Low
honestly
key,
some of
I
my
think-
favorite free play.
think
No,
the
not
only
even
way-
kidding.
To fight Darth Maul is to play as the Gonk droid. Low key.
Well, I've said that's the ultimate difficulty.
Or if you're a Vela, you use R2 versus Maul.
R2.
Avela
Hey,
just
listen,
uses a
R2 is a
hammer.
murder
Come
machine.
on.
She's
Legos.
complaining, but that dude killed like super battle droids like nothing. I mean,
Oh,
did you
so
guys see
some
that
oil.
clip of like someone cut it together with like R2 with subtitles and he like kills
Oh,
super
this
battle
is
droids? And, like,
great.
oh yes,
Yes.
murder.
Yeah.
Murder.
But
Okay. But I'm
yeah.
looking forward to playing this game more. And yeah, I don't know why they didn't do online play. I think that's just, especially we've had online play for what, 20 plus years, and we're not going to do it on a Lego game. And why not? Oh, man. Are they really trying to ruin the Star Wars fan experience here, or what?
I
I don't know. I'm not trying to be like that. I just,
yeah,
that would be so fun.
it would be really fun.
And I can't say, it's like, why haven't they done it before? I can say that quite easily enough. You know, they didn't have to wait for this game. They should have done online play with Lego games years ago. So I'm
Yeah,
not-
I mean they had it for, or like later on they added it for the Clone Wars game.
Star Wars 3.
Yeah.
Oh, see, okay. I did play that. I played it. I borrowed my brother's, and I didn't have internet at the time. We got it when it came out, so I was not aware that one did. See, that would be so awesome. If I would have known that was online play and I got to play it online, I'd be even more disappointed with the game right now.
My
Lego
first
Star Wars
online
3 was such a
experience
fun
wasn't
game.
even officially online. It was what was it, 2005 when Battlefront 2 came out on the PS2? Something like
Yeah.
that. They didn't even have live servers for the PS2, but you could still router connect it to like a PC. and
That's-
use like a JTAG and actually play online unofficially. Like that
Nice.
was pre-online.
That's so dope.
I
The
do
original Xbox had
remember
a little
hearing
something
of that.
different, but that's what you did for PS2.
I do remember hearing of that back then, but it was like, oh, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not gonna try it yet. But I remember when that online gaming started, when Xbox
Oh,
and
dude, that's gonna take
PlayStation
you
started coming
hours.
out with cameras. You could get cameras for the thing, and there was barely any uses for them.
Mm.
Obsession's making insane progress right now. I don't even know what ship he's building, but
Or
it's
he's
like,
on a grind. Right
The
now.
Razor Crest.
he's building a Razor Crest.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
no,
I see it
Obsession is
now,
doing
yeah.
some solid progress.
Yeah.
See what happens when you shut your damn mouth? No.
Yeah, no, I know. Like I'm talking the
Yeah,
entire time and I've
Razor
barely
Figured
finished the base. It looks very bare bones.
This is the only way to shut me up, apparently.
I mean, I have to say, it is very calming to build Legos. I will say that.
It is a little soothing.
Sort of, you kind of, especially if you concentrate on it, you sort of go into like sort of a meditating sort of vibe.
Well, Lego, honestly, for the generation that came up with Lego sets, because when I was young, I don't know if Obsession had Legos when he was really that young. They literally had no sets. You
No,
just
you had
bought
your own kit.
Legos. And then when they first started coming out with sets of anything, Space and City, I think, were probably the first things that they did. It was insane. It was like, really? I can buy something that already makes something? I don't have to use all my imagination right away?
Yeah.
I mean, that was insane. Like, you're just so used to it from our generation having to make things up all the time, and even imaginary,
Well, then
Does-
on the other hand, that
Does
never
the
really
last
left
20
because
years even understand what an imaginary friend really was?
I don't know. It was just a different way of doing it. Like I remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
I grew up obviously in the era of when Star Wars was already around as a Lego brand, and with instructions obviously. But like I don't really have any of my early sets because I would like after I built them, I would tear them apart and build something out of them that
That's
wasn't
what I
available
do.
at the time. Like I remember I didn't have an AT-ST. I completely took apart like I don't know, like 2 speeders and like a bigger shuttle or whatever, and fucking built that shit together from spare parts. Like
See, I remember I would do that, and then like as I got older, I was like, "Why did I
Yeah,
do that?
you
It was
would,
such
like,
a cool
regret-
set."
Greg,
I
I was
remember-
showing you when I brought my Legos out. We FaceTimed each other. The
Yeah.
ones from the attic. The
I
only
remember.
2 sets I have standing that are completely built are the MTT and the Juggernaut.
Yeah, which
I've been really
I
good
did,
recently about maintaining my stuff. I'll be honest about that.
but I will say that is also like like for instance my Republic frigate or like the gunship or the turbo tank, like those bigger set or the Malevolence. I did leave those, but like if it was like a small speeder, the chances of
Shit was
survival
ta-
were,
that shit
were,
was
were
ta- that
very
shit was
slim.
taken
Were
apart.
very slim.
I remember I got if anyone remembers, in 2010 they released Palpatine's shuttle. Then that was like one of the first
Yeah.
sets you can get burnt Anakin
Yes, I have
with
that
the
one.
transformation chamber like in his shuttle. I
Hell
remember I
yeah.
got that. I begged my mom for it, and she finally bought it for me. And I remember we built it, and then like, just like between like my mom and my dad's house, all the pieces just got mixed up. I don't know what I don't even know what happened to it anymore. At this point, I don't even have the Lego figs anymore. But I remember
Aiden.
getting that. It was such a victory at the time, and now there's just nothing left of it. I don't know where any of it is.
Aiden, I
completely
remember.
lost it.
I remember for Christmas I asked for that. I got that shuttle, and then I got the Sheathapede Separatist shuttle too. So I
Uh-huh.
ended up putting Newt Gunray that came with that set in the Vader chair, and they had the mechanism where you put Vader's helmet on. I
Yep,
just
I
put
remember
his
that.
head in it, and it went.
Nice.
I remember I got Dooku's Solar Sailor, and it was the Clone Wars version that came out in like 2008.
Ah, yeah,
like-
great one.
I was probably like 4 or 5 at the time. No, I was like 5. But I remember like it was at that young age where like you didn't really like get how to do it by yourself yet. You were like just learning how to do it. So like my dad would help me build these, and
Bag.
I remember once it was done, I dropped it down the stairs within like 10 minutes of it being built, and so
Oh,
I was so upset because like when we were trying to put it back together, it wasn't going together the same way it did before, and luckily, we got it to work. We fixed it. But I
yeah.
remember like from then on, I was just like, I would just build it myself, and then eventually you just get, it's just following
Do it myself.
directions. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, bigger sets breaking is just a pain. Like I remember when we moved, I had a lot of bigger sets that I had to like just put in boxes. I remember like pretty much all of them broke in
Yeah.
like really weird places, and usually like some smaller bricks broke out of those like really major cracks, and it was just like there's just no way I'm going to get these little bricks in there, so I literally have to take every single one of them apart and rebuild them
Every
completely.
single one of them.
Yeah, I built every single one of them.
So like you were talking about mentioning gutting original, like taking apart sets and using it
Yeah.
for other ones. Before
Oh,
I got
yeah.
into Lego, like I said, I was into Bionicle, so all of them were gutted. All
I
of them.
slaughtered them.
Yeah, like animals.
Oh, you guys talking about that made me think. And it's like, okay, when I had Legos, I would build stuff, but every day when I was done, most of it comes apart. As they started making sets, I would build
What
the
the hell?
sets because that was the enticement. Now they have sets. Let me build this thing. And then I would build all the stuff that was on the back, all the alternate stuff. But at the end of the day, it did not stay together. I would rip it all apart and put it in a big bin. As I started getting more Legos, it started, you needed to organize them. Okay, do we need to do colors or do we need to do shapes? Go from there. And I never kept sets together. I never even wanted to keep sets together until Star Wars Legos came out. And then it was like, why would I ever pull this set apart? I mean, the idea that it's a set that I want to keep together all the time was something that was not a normal thing for me. It was like, wow, now I'll build this set and I won't have any of these pieces
Sorry about
available to me anymore because they're gonna be in this set displayed somewhere. Where when I was a kid, I'd be like, oh my God, all these pieces. Do you know what I could do with this? Do you know what I can do with this? It was a totally different thought process. And that could just be being a child and being an adult. Because as a child, you're not wanting to display things as much. You're all about the experience and what you get to make and things like that. And
I don't know, man. When I got that MTT built as a kid, I displayed it all I could. I took a lot of moral pride in building
Many
that.
sets died to bring me happiness.
that was where it became a big thing. Now imagine displaying.
I almost lost Leia's head.
How long would you display
dropped it.
something that you built on your own if you didn't have sets? Like if you
Oh,
didn't,
no.
if you don't own sets,
You can't build anything. Nowadays,
No,
especially.
you just have a bunch of Legos and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to build we used to make Transformers out of Legos.
But
And
that's,
we would,
Oh, we
they
still
would
do.
move and do all this stuff and they transform and we could stand them up. And then
there's
we could
kind
pull
of
them all back down. We made them so you didn't take them apart. I had friends, they're like, oh yeah, mine transforms, and they take it all apart and build something else. And it's like, that doesn't change.
But there's kind of a shield. There's kind of a shield in that statement because you're saying, what sets would I have built if I didn't have sets? Well, I wouldn't have Legos if I didn't have sets because that's when I got into Legos.
But I mean, what I was getting at is if you were making your own creation as a child, how long would you keep that construction built? Like I'd rip
I
it
still
apart
have
because I'd
some
want
of
to build
my
something
mini
else.
builds from
That's
when I
all I
was
mean.
7.
That's all I mean. When it's a set, I want to keep it as a set. When it was like my own creation as a child, I'm like, oh, I built that once. I can just build it tomorrow. Like I would memorize
Nah,
all
I-
the
See,
instructions.
that didn't
Um,
cross my mind as a kid. Whatever survived. And
Okay.
it turns out only 2 sets did.
And that's just a different thing. Like when I got a set, like my first space set, I probably built that thing 2 or 3 times every day for a month. I'd had it memorized. I had it so memorized that I would take my other Legos, my normal Legos, and build the best spaceship, space station I could. I built a monorail and all this stuff for it. And it was like, that was inspiration. I didn't have other sets at that point. It was like, oh my gosh, these little spaceships with these radar dishes and these little, now you
Right.
have windows that are different colors, and oh, it was amazing. And
Oh,
I mean, come on, Legos now that do this kind of stuff, this is action figure junk. This is a play set. I'm very looking forward to having fun with this thing. This
But
is really cool.
talking about scrapping everything that you built as a kid, for the most part, yeah. But I will say I still have this thing, and I built it when I was 7, like around that margin. And I remember why I built it was because I saw the UCS Star Destroyer, and obviously I didn't have that one because it's fucking expensive. But it
Yep.
had the mini build Tantive 4.
Oh,
And
neat.
I love that build, but I couldn't find the instructions back in the day, so I tried building it from my head,
Mhm.
and I never took it apart. It's not that accurate. Obviously, it like only has 8 thrusters, but I remember I also like I don't know why I built that in, but it had like a function
Only
of
8
like
thrusters.
an escape pod,
Thrusting. Oh, we're thrusting.
but it like even breaks apart in the middle, so technically you could make it like explode or escape pod or whatever.
Mhm.
That's probably the only remnants of my my own creations
Dude,
as a kid.
I'd have to go to my grandparents to find if I had anything that I still kept built. I think I remember from the Clone Wars. I don't know if it was season 3 or 4, but they released a set with the new Clone Wars figures, and it was Anakin and Ventress, and there was like this speeder set with Savage. I remember
Oh,
I
yeah, I
always
had
kept
that
that
one.
belt. I always kept that belt. I may still have it. I should.
Okay, I'll tell you, as far as minifigures go, when I was a kid, I didn't even care about them.
Oh, complete opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
same here.
all about them
I would-
figures.
Some sets I would only
Matter.
get for the minifigures.
But it
Yeah.
didn't matter. My space set was the first set. I have Benny from the Lego movie. I have those space guys. Okay? Those were my first minifigures with the little oxygen tanks on the back and things like that. So now that I collect the Star Wars ones, and to be honest, even when the Star Wars stuff came out then, minifigures weren't, they were still so new, you didn't realize really what you were getting. It was like, oh, these are cool. I guess Lego's doing this now. And you didn't, I was there, I guess I was evolving with Lego. Because it's just like, wow, and now it's like, you expect when you don't get a minifigure, it's like, oh, what the hell, Lego? Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
What am I
I
paying
can-
for?
I can tell you, like JT, Aiden, and me, like our childhood, I can probably confidently say was around the same, in that sense that
Mhm.
minifigures were like
They were the
the
shit.
shit. Like
Yeah.
It was
if someone
so
had a rare
different, yeah.
minifigure, or like you had a rare minifigure, you would be either so jealous or so proud that you had that one really cool figure. Like figures were like,
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when I used to go to
Trade
like
figures,
school
yeah.
in like 2nd and
Yeah.
3rd grade. Like a lot of the people were like huge Lego Star Wars fans. We all had Legos, and like we would like trade Lego minifigures because like maybe someone had something that I wanted, and they wanted like I remember there was this dude who had it was in episode 3 Anakin, and I had one and then I lost it, and I was like, dude, I would like yo, we got to trade like for real.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, then I want this, and I was like, all right, like
Give me whatever you
go
want.
Dude, same
I,
for-
gave-
Market.
I got a really good deal for not getting the set. I gave him 3 normal, like basic Clone Wars clones
Yep.
for a Magna Guard, and that was a big deal getting a Magna
Yeah.
Guard because you can only
Oh,
get them.
dude, Magna Guards. I remember my
You
first
guys are
trade
hilarious.
was I had a clone trooper, or like I had clone troopers, but I didn't have the Boba Fett at the time, and obviously by playing the complete, most of my wanting for figures came from the complete saga.
Yes,
Just like
yes.
I wanted all
Yep.
the figures that were in the game,
absolutely.
Boba obviously, and I still have them. Like I traded
Nice.
a clone trooper for this Boba, this like the OG Boba, and
I remember I
yeah,
had
and
like
I remember I was a cheeky one. I fully admit the story. I remember at some point, I don't remember exactly what I traded it for. I think it was for it was so a friend of mine at the time had a Pre-Vizsla Lego. Why is it not focused?
He showed us
Weird.
the real fact.
But he had a Pre-Vizsla, and I will say I completely I sort of feel bad for the trade, but he bought it, so it was like he didn't have, I think, a green lightsaber,
Oh
and
my gosh, you didn't!
and the thing was, his logic was, so hold on, actually let me get a lightsaber so this I
Dude,
can
you
do this
robbed this
accurately.
dude.
Dicked
You're a
him
monster.
over.
I
You robbed this
completely,
dude.
I completely,
You stole a figure.
I
Good
hold on.
monster.
You trade a figure for a lightsaber, bro.
There's
That's
some
also
guy
that dude. That's
crying
also
in
his
his
fault,
pillow
too.
at home.
He was an idiot for
Some
doing
guy's
that.
crying, going, "Oh, I
Hold on.
can't believe I ever let him get away with that."
But hold on, let me get a
What have I
lightsaber.
done?
I had it once.
But okay, so just to get a basic picture, so
Oh, that's
let's
awesome.
imagine this is Pre-Vizsla. I can't find him right now. Pre-Vizsla, his logic was a lightsaber is slightly taller than a minifigure and slightly wider than a figure, so the lightsaber is worth more. And I said, bro, I can't beat that logic deal.
Here,
You are so smart, dude. I can't even argue that.
dude, you're a
Listen,
genius.
it's not even that I started that deal. Like he
Oh
was
my
just like,
goodness.
dude, you got a green lightsaber?
He's just an
I
idiot.
really want one. And then he was like, hey, you want this figure? And I'm like, and
Here's
I
the
knew
green-
exactly
here's
what it
3
was.
green
So I was like,
lightsabers.
I mean, I can't make you, but
I can see Strike's thought process. The poor kid's like, "Hey, you got a green lightsaber," and
He
Strike's
saw
like,
money
"Yeah,
signs.
yeah, I
His
have
eyes
like
turned into dollar
18.
bills.
No, wait, I only have like one. I don't know
man,
if
that
I
was
want
an
to give it
expensive
away,
set
man."
at the time. I was
That's a
like,
really
dude,
hard
nah,
piece
no
to
way I'm
pull.
getting that for Christmas. I'm taking the chances.
You know the trade's good when you have a character to a set you never even got.
Oh my
Yes.
god!
Yeah.
I remember.
And I still have that Pre-Vizsla. I still have him. And I don't have the set.
My
There's this dude,
crowning achievements.
in my
Well,
class,
I mean,
Lily
come
brought
on.
in his
We've
like,
all
Lego
had a
sets.
story like that.
He brought in his Lego
I
sets. He had,
have
he had
no.
this really cool.
To be
AT-AT,
fair, Karma was a bitch.
and
Sorry, and go first. Go first.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, I don't
We're
know
just
either.
like 2 completely different conversations going on at the same time.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well,
if,
okay, let me finish my thought, and then you can go first because it's
Bruh.
still too. No. What,
All right, all right,
Karma
go
was a
ahead,
bitch
go ahead,
because
go
then
ahead.
at some point someone stole like my ARC troopers that I had with me to school. So Karma was a bitch. Okay, everyone, stop taking the piss out of me. All right, it was one sneaky trade, and I got fucking handed it to me. All right, so and go for it.
First off, when we pause, I don't know why we just start speaking at the same time. It's just kind
Man,
of
that's
getting.
how conversations work.
Moving on.
Go, or I'm gonna start talking.
Moving on. Move along.
But I remember this dude brought in like his actual Lego sets, and he brought in his AT-AT, and he had he had like a bin. I don't want to say like a bin, but like a really big kind of just. He had like a huge thing of minifigures, and you know, like we would all show up with our Lego Star Wars drip, like all our figs, all what we thought was cool, and this dude like lined up his AT-AT for show and tell, and I was like, oh, that's so cool, dude, like I've always wanted one of those, and he was like, dude, like it's really cool, and then you saw I had like this really
Wink, wink.
He was like, I had this really I don't know what it was. I think I just had like a random basic clone trooper, but it was an Attack of the Clones clone trooper and not a Clone Wars clone trooper. And all they had at the time was like Clone Wars clone troopers. That was like the thing.
Right.
That was the show was like just coming out still.
Hmm.
And he's like, dude, I will give you anything for that for that clone trooper. And I was like, I really like that AT-AT you got there.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, in the chat, in the comments, whose deal was more skeevy? Was it Strikes or Aiden's?
Honestly, I mean, whew.
All
offered it to
I'm
me.
gonna say is
The
this
best part,
child
I
never
got
told his
home.
hold
parents.
on, Padawannabe, hold on.
I got home, and my parents were like, "Where did you get this from?" It's like
I
they
found it.
just knew. I was like, no, I had this really awesome trade today with my friend. Like, dude, all he wanted was this clone trooper, and he gave me his AT-AT. I remember my parents took me to his house and made me give it back.
But did you get your clone trooper back?
Oh no, when I got there, he's like, I don't want it though. Like, he can have it. I want the clone trooper. So eventually I ended up we went back home and I got to keep it.
Oh, nice.
But
Okay.
I'll never
well,
forget.
This
I'll
was
never,
Congress deal within like two
Damn.
younger kids. You're like,
I'll
no,
never
seriously,
forget.
take the thing. We traded.
I love
my mom made me
democracy.
knock on his door. She made me knock on his door and like apologize. And his parents were just like, who the hell is this random dude? Like they
nice.
but I unfortunately have no idea what happened to it. I probably took it apart. And I haven't
Lost
owned
in
an
the
AT-AT since
roam
then.
of space. Time.
Yeah.
That's so deadly. Not your toys. First of all, your Legos get gutted, but it's one thing for that to happen, and now you get a set from somebody else's Legos, and it still ends up getting torn apart.
I know. I was like,
Yeah,
remember,
but
like-
losing Legos definitely, man. Like sometimes it really hurts. Like I remember, I know that I had the like Palpatine's arrest set with like Kit Fisto,
No
you
way.
talk about the 2012
Agen
one, right?
Kolar, Sazitin,
yeah.
Mace Windu, and Palpatine, and Anakin, which by the way was the best Lego Anakin
Yes,
figure
yes.
ever in my opinion.
Agree.
But I lost Kit Fisto. And I love that
No.
that figure. I lost Kit Fisto.
You know what though? I do remember. I had a couple minifigures stolen,
Charlie.
and it sucked.
Did someone order justice?
Someone stole your minifigures?
I remember I brought in some minifigures.
What's up, Charlie?
and,
If you wanna,
when I went
actually,
home,
Charlie
I was
here?
like, wait, where's my
yeah,
no,
Charlie's in the chat.
where it wasn't
I
it was
just
just
thought my brother.
stormtroopers, but I was like in the time like I had this whole thing going on with the OT. I like built I don't know what it was, something I had the AT-AT and like I tried to build Hoth the best I could, and I had all my stormtroopers lined up and I brought them into school the next day for me so me and my friend could you know, like we would all, it was just a thing that everyone did. If you were like in second, third grade in like 2010, that was like, you know, like you were going to see Star Wars figures.
Show and tell hit a little different.
Yeah, it
Ah,
hit. We did a
dude.
little Lego back then.
You
Yeah.
know what I just remembered? I
all
remember
those stormtroopers were
before I started making stop motions, I like still did like sort of movies, but it was like essentially just me playing the story like with my hands. Like I know I made like a Geonosian arena battle. Well, obviously it's like fucking my hands are in the way, but anyway. But I remember I built like a huge set of Mustafar. Oh, okay. Actually, I just built the crane that like they were both
Yeah, yeah.
on, but the rest was like just like was like one red blanket. So it was the lava,
Yes.
and it, like
Dude!
I put a few stools there, so I had like black pillows on the
Ooh.
sides.
You don't understand, man.
And then I literally like I filmed it. I think I remember having a friend over and I made him film it, and then I like pushed the crane forward, and there was like all like the entire fight, and then I
I
remember like
remember,
I have the high ground, and like Anakin jumped and I pulled him apart.
dude. I remember I was obsessed with Mustafar, and like whenever I could build something out of Lego, it was usually like I would always build Mustafar. And my grandparents bought me this red blanket with flames on it, so I could use it for the bottom of
that is
Mustafar.
next level.
And I was like, I was just so hyped about it, and like, because this is at a time when like I didn't really like care like how good it looked. It probably looked like shit, but
That's not the point.
My story ties into this perfectly. I'll let you finish though.
but I like my mind was blown when I went to my friend's house because he also made Mustafar, but he made the lava out of Lego pieces. And I've just been using this blanket, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this is insane!"
Yeah, I
Like,
did
this
not
is
have
next
enough Lego
level.
pieces to make the lava.
Yeah. And he was
So-
like, "Dude, it's so simple." And like, when he came over to my house, he showed me how to do it, and that's just like I never thought of like how to do that. It was super simple, and she just took the flame pieces off the Batmobile and just used those for the lava. And I was like, "Oh my god! Like, how come I never thought of this?" So then my grandparents bought me this big, just red Lego. I don't know. It was like this just big red Lego piece. It was huge. It's just all red, and I was able to do like Mustafar with that. But
Nice.
yeah,
So I didn't have enough parts, enough Lego parts to build sets out of. Even when I tried gutting them, I still only had a limited amount. So the impact of the Mustafar duel while having Legos as Obi-Wan and Anakin, you're like, dude, it didn't even matter how it looked. I would bring them around the house. Here's a shelf. They're
Oh,
up
yeah.
here, then they
Yep.
jump down here. My mom looks over, she turns around in the living room. Jake, why are you in the fridge? I'm like, I'm playing Lego, and I got Anakin on top of like the milk jug and the Obi-Wan in like the egg carton or something.
Dude, I remember though when it was winter and there was snow. When there was actually snow, like we don't even have snow anymore. Anyway, when there was snow, I remember like that was like, all right, time to get the AT-AT out.
yes.
Bring out old
I
reliable.
don't even want to know how many pieces I probably lost in those battles.
I had to get when I was little, I had 4 Anakin and Obi-Wan figures, 2 Anakins and 2 Obi-Wans, and I remember I got so upset because my grandparents had this really cool wood stove, but on the wood stove there was like this little shelf thingy where I used to put Anakin and Obi-Wan where they were dueling, but I was too dumb to realize that they were so close to the fire that they'd melt. And I like left them there overnight, and I was like, so I was just ready the next day, and they were just fucking melted, and I was so upset.
You
And,
made
like,
a more
I got-
canon Anakin.
You were
I
our
got-
master, Hayden.
I got
Aiden.
so upset that they were nice enough to take me to Toys R Us at the time, which was that was like the thing. That's where you went to go get your Legos.
Yes.
It's like
We're
Target.
gonna get everything.
So, like, Target was cool, but like Walmart was fine. But like Toys R Us, like you knew you were gonna get some bomb ass sets if you're going to Toys R Us.
Oh, man.
And
Dude, yeah, I mean we had other like toy
You know
shop
what I
lines,
mean.
but there were those shops where you just
Yeah.
knew when
Knew.
someone even like talked about, oh, we could like stop by the shop, it was like, yes.
Aiden, there's a specific feeling of being in the Toys R Us Lego section in that little nook and cranny, and the walls are super
Yes.
high as a kid.
And the
You're
big
like,
sets
"Oh."
are like at the very top, and
Yeah.
you're like, wow.
This was also the time when they would sell the Force FX lightsabers that weren't Hasbro, but they were
Yeah.
like master replica, and you would just see them on the shelves. And every day, like every time my dad took me there, I would beg the shit out of him to get me one. He's like, "You do not understand. These are not for playing with. You will break it. I will buy you it when you are older." And eventually, they just kind of stopped selling it in stores because this is like you can get plastic lightsaber. It was the time to be a Star Wars fan.
He's got one.
Uh,
Is that a
But,
green Graflex? Lol, what?
No, it's like a fake.
JT,
it's
to
a
go
fake
back to
boy.
what you were saying, I would do that stuff all the time. And I remember my mom was making pasta one night, and in the pasta sauce, I took the spoon and I put it over the thing, and I was doing Anakin and Obi-Wan. My Obi-Wan fell into the pasta sauce, and I had to tell my mom to like come and help me get it out of the
Mamma
pasta
mia!
sauce.
I have the high ground.
I had to like tell my mom to come help me and get Obi-Wan out of the sauce.
Get
So-
Obi-Wan out of the sauce.
Mom, what I'm about to tell you might be
Right.
disturbing. Don't freak out.
She's like, you don't play
There
with
is an
your
Obi-Wan in
Legos
the
around the food. You don't do that. I was like, it looks like the lava. I'm sorry.
I
Man,
don't want you to be alarmed, but there is a Jedi submerged in the sauce.
Yeah.
there's
You might find a little Obi-Wan in there.
There's a Jedi Master who found
lost the
himself
high
somewhere
ground.
in the sauce. Anakin
Lost
won
in the
this one.
sauce. New Star
Anakin
Wars
won
movie
this round.
released by Disney. Star Wars Lost in the Sauce.
lost.
Yeah.
It's Aiden is like,
That can be taken multiple ways.
Yeah.
Same.
Hey, this is
Alright.
kind of cool.
what did this sprout from? This oh yeah, Padawannabe. He said he wasn't in it for the minifigs. He was in it for the sets. See,
Well, they didn't have them.
I know, but
I
what
mean-
attracted me into it for Lego at least, because my first Lego sets, it wasn't even Lego Star Wars. It was like Rock Miners and what other ones were coming out. But I saw somebody's video. It was like one of the first Lego Droid Army videos. Like, here's my Lego Droid Army collection. He had 3 of those MTTs. The one I got, it comes with 16 battle droids. And as a kid, this is the only way I knew to like build a battle droid, collection and like get as many figures as I can. Thing was $300 at the time. So and I was like, as a kid, he had 3 of them. I'm like, wow. Like, there's no way I'll get anywhere near that. But I was in it for the figs, definitely.
Oh yeah. Like, I was also into the sets because like when I was really little, all I really cared about was the figs. I was talking like 3 or 4. And then my dad showed me that I can actually use the figs with the sets. She just wouldn't give a shit. And that was just like mind blowing.
Hey, you can bring Charlie in here. I actually got to head out because it is 7:31. I haven't eaten dinner yet. My parents arrived.
Oh, okay. Well,
about
all
20
right.
minutes ago.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
didn't want to push anyone off the panel. Like we've had a really cool conversation going on.
Yeah.
But okay, if you gotta catch dinner anyway, then guess we're gonna bring him on now. And
Yeah.
this is like a come and go. Damn,
It's just in
feel
this
like a
Strike
fast
it
food
around.
restaurant.
Hey.
No, but JT, thanks for coming on. Always awesome. Green Squad. What can I say more?
Green Squad for life, dude. I'm wearing a
Hell
green
yeah.
suit right
Real.
now.
I'm literally wearing the Green Squad merch right now. I'm literally rocking the
Damn,
merch.
see,
Let me
that's
know when the new merch comes out, man.
man, you're gonna be on it. All right, so. No, but seriously, thanks for coming on, and
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah, dude.
have you
It's
on
always great talking
soon
to you,
again.
bro.
I'm sure.
All right,
Hell
peace
yeah.
out, guys.
Hell yeah.
Later,
Take
dude.
care.
See you.
Fucking
All
love
right,
that
Charlie.
dude.
That means. Oh yeah, JT, legend.
Obsession
I.
finish his build again.
Huh?
I'm on my last bag, I think.
Yeah, he's been doing really good progress.
I don't see a picture.
Oh, it did go out.
Oh yeah,
again?
the cam
Yeah,
is off
hold on.
again.
It just it goes 30 minutes.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Ah, I got you, Charlie. By the way, you got the link. So get your ass in here.
Okay, so here's the set. I think this is actually kind of cool. I've never had a set that did this kind of. This is totally like action figure type set here. 'Cause
Yeah.
this thing's really neat. He doesn't fit in the elevator with his lightsaber. That doesn't work. We all know you can activate your lightsaber in an elevator.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Villa, how's your progress going, by the way?
It's going very slowly.
Oh,
I
are we
heard
in
no
need of the
banging.
hammer or tape already?
Almost. I almost gave up on these. I have to make like 4 of these little things.
Ooh.
And there's this
oh, there you are.
little stick, and I hate this little stick.
Hell yeah.
Can I get him to fit in here?
But yeah, I must honestly say I have the probe droid, and I literally only use it for pieces. I started, okay, so hear me out. I started building it, and then I saw some pieces that I thought looked really cool, and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna build it. I'll take those pieces. Hey, what's up, Average? Thanks for stopping by.
Okay,
But
so we gotta
yeah,
make this look
honestly,
like
speaking of pieces, the reason why I didn't build it is because I saw a lot of pieces that I thought would be nice details for a lightsaber hilt. Which, now that we speak of that, on May the 4th, for everyone who's watching, we're going to stream, and we're going to be everyone who wants to be on and like wants to build something. We're going to attempt and build Lego lightsaber hilts, so sort of like actual like live size. Who knows how that is going to turn out, but I thought it would be a fun project. Padawannabe and me have been talking about this for a while. And yeah, on May the 4th, so watch out everyone. Hopefully it works.
I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so too.
That's me.
Nice. I did.
So I'm gonna have a cameo in the scene here.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that is also a fun challenge that I got the idea of in the Two Star Wars Nerds Discord. Building your friends out of Lego. I thought that would be a fun challenge.
Super fun. Yeah.
Like sort
that
of
stuff's cool.
who nails their friends the best. I think
Mhm.
that could be also
They
very nice.
definitely have enough minifigure torsos
Oh, yeah.
and legs and all the stuff now. The only thing I didn't find, and maybe you know, do they have? I kind of needed the bald Lego guy with the card hair.
Oh. I do know how to get that. If you're looking for specific pieces, I can recommend Firestar Toys. They have a lot of just, single pieces. So if you're looking for specific pieces or like even minifigure parts, Firestar Toys, they're based in the UK, so shipping
Oh,
might be a
okay.
problem.
Well, if I can find
But I don't know their
something where I
prices, so
gotta
it might as
find it, I'll
well
find
might
it.
honestly be okay. But
Yep.
But yeah, if you're looking for specific pieces, especially for minifigures, Firestar Toys, they have a really good range of stuff. Like you guys might have seen the video I did on the Pyro Trooper.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's a custom figure from their site, so they also have custom figures. There's some really awesome stuff. Not sponsored, by the way. Looking at
Me,
you, Firestar Toys.
I don't know about this. As an older Lego fan,
What? Do you think you're better because you're older?
no, I
Okay.
just don't know if I'm satisfied with what I get for how much it is and what it is.
You finished
I
it?
mean, you gonna pay $30 for this, or you gonna pay $30 for a spaceship?
I mean, actually, you're paying $20. Actually, you're paying $25 for the minifigures, and you're paying
Yeah.
$5 for the
For
build.
real, for real.
I mean,
And
just
that's why,
get
yeah.
the facts straight.
Because that, and I guess that might be why I'm kind of a little disappointed with their action displays,
Mm.
like the trench
Personally,
run and
not a
things like
fan
that.
of their action displays anyway.
Because it seems like it's gonna be something about this size, but then they're just gonna put it in a frame. You know?
Yeah, it's a weird one, and Lego
I'm
needs
not
to
sure.
find its way of where they want to
Yeah.
go, because this is obviously. So it's two things. Partly, it's made for kids because it has these play functions.
I do really like that.
Yeah,
That is really cool.
the minifigure selection is sort of like a battle pack, except for Luke,
Mhm.
which is nice too. But yeah, it's like sort of half display and half not because it has the play functions. It's sort of
Mhm.
not really a display model. But yeah,
I'll
that's the
tell
problem
ya.
that Lego has in general right now. They just don't know who they're appealing for.
This set makes me want. This set here is the only reason I want to buy that light cruiser.
Mm.
I want to rip the middle off the light cruiser and put this right in there, and then build the bridge with all the rest of them in there, and that's it. That to me would be a worthwhile set, like all of that. I'm just not sure, especially $30. I mean, I know
I'm
we're
not
paying
sure.
for the minifigures
Right.
now. That is correct. We're definitely paying the money for the minifigures because this should have been like a 1999.
Oh yeah, you're always paying for the minifigures.
Yeah.
Always.
But I like overall. I think this set looks great. I think it looks very good. I love the movability and the playability with it. You could easily build off this and do
Arlena,
stuff.
funny enough that you speak of
So-
Charlie.
Charlie,
What's up?
I have been summoned.
Hell yeah.
Charlie.
What's up, brother?
How goes it?
Oh, we're doing great. I think Obsession almost finished the Razor Quest.
Almost.
I can't believe he finished that in this amount of time. I need to take mine apart and rebuild it. There's
No,
something.
no,
wrong
we
with
just
it.
need to shut up. No, but how's it going, Charlie?
Pretty good, man. Just got home roughly like maybe 45 minutes ago.
Oh,
Been
sweet.
doing most of the day. So, other than
Nice.
that, so it was a pretty cool sight to see. As soon as like, what's going on recently? Oh, they're building a Death Star or possibly some other stuff. Who knows these things?
Who knows? Yeah, right now, building the base for the Tantive
Whoa!
4. Yeah. Eventually, that is supposed to look like this.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, we still have a long way to go. That is not going to be finished today.
No worries. No worries. Oh,
But where were we? Lego.
don't let me interrupt you or anything. I'm happy to just pop on here to say hello there.
Hell yeah. That's why we have you here.
Okay, yep. I completely feel horrible, Strike. I just logged on to my Instagram for the first time today since this morning.
Oh, oh gosh. Oh, yep. Remember. Yeah, no worries.
I've been going since 5 a.m. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, dude. I was it's nothing that has any time limiting urgency.
No, this brings up a good point because someone does have a birthday today who is in green.
That is correct.
So
Money.
just to throw this out there for people, because he does a lot of great things. T Money's birthday is today, so please show him some love.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, T Money.
Yeah, he isn't has unfortunately not stopped by the stream, otherwise we would have already
It's his 21st birthday.
Yeah.
If you can put the dots together, I'm sure you can.
The line
Yes.
the line, at least
Yes.
in the USA, the line here is earlier, but but
I missed a lot.
now he will flourish in the joys of alcohol and
The joys of alcoholism.
yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Nah, and all that other good stuff like being an official adult.
So I have something here. I'm not sure. I posted it a while back.
Mhm.
My fiance got these for me. They are actually gummy building blocks.
Gummy Legos? What?
How is such a thing possible?
Okay, the question is, can you build them? Like, can you
Now-
stack them on top of each other?
From the picture, well, these are together. Oh, see, the bottom is actually has 4 holes in it.
Dude,
Ah, what? So
you-
you can literally like build like a Lego
They
cheeseburger and eat.
don't actually lock together, but okay. So
I mean, they're sticky, so I mean, it kind of.
let's see. I have 2 of these. Well, the blue. What can we do? I have blue, green,
Hmm.
yellow, red. Okay, just the 4 colors, but I have 2 packages. With those 4 colors, what could we build? I could build a cheeseburger. Well, not really. Sort of. But let's see
multitasking. That's
here.
it.
Yeah, multitasking. That's why I don't get anything finished on these
Dude,
streams.
don't worry. Don't worry about that. Like I said, I just got home and I just realized it seemed like a bunch of messages.
Actually, really, these are kind of
Hell yeah.
cool. These are a lot neater than I thought they would be.
The next big question: do they taste good?
Oh, that's what we're gonna find out here.
I mean, I always
Oh,
like the pink Legos.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we need what that other one didn't even come. Wow, they don't even come with consistent sizes. Okay, well, shoot, I can't really do it that way. I opened the other package thinking I would have enough of one color, and I don't at all. So I guess let's just go with the combination of all of them.
Might as well, right?
Green. Okay, so if you don't hear from me in like 30 seconds, something went wrong. But don't worry about it. Just drop me off this stream and have somebody else join.
Spoiler alert: he ate actual Legos.
He inadvertently created black kryptonite, and that made his body, fuse together to form an evil
Yeah.
version, and good version.
So I guess we're gonna have to no video, no proof, right? So
Can confirm. Yeah. Okay.
What could
Can
go
confirm.
wrong? What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? And I'm
And
gonna
it says,
change the
like-
title to "Streamer died while eating Legos."
It's for the views. It's for the views, Strike. You're good. You're good. You can milk this.
Okay, I don't want to be. Pretend you're joking. Pretend you're joking. Okay, this is big. This could blow up.
honestly, they just taste like normal gummy bears.
They just taste like normal Legos.
Normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
I
good.
mean,
Normal
Yeah.
fruit flavored Legos. Yes, exactly. But better than Twizzlers for sure.
oh,
These are actually not bad. I like these over some other gummy bear and stuff like that.
that's good. So Lego gummy bears taste all right. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but definitely that's funny. These are actually not bad at all. I don't think I can eat all these in one sitting, but
Hell yeah. Alright, we're on to bag 4. It's probably gonna be the last bag for me for today.
not my bad, baby.
But the Tantive is huge.
Oh, I forgot that's what you're building. God, I can't even believe you tried
Yeah,
to
I
do
mean,
that.
if you want to see, I mean, this is like the main structure.
Wow.
Dude.
This
Nice.
is
Yeah, we'll definitely have to
big.
do some comparing when I get my old one built, because that would be interesting to see how it changed, how it evolved.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you already want to see it now, M&R Productions, he got like a lot of comparisons of older sets to newer sets, and he does have a video on the Tantive 4. So if you
Shark?
already want to check that out, shameless plug for him.
Is Shark trying to take content out of my hands here?
I mean, I didn't do it. He did it, so
Hi-oh.
No, as far as that kind of stuff goes, I don't even care. Everybody's got their own voice they want to listen to, their
no,
own
100%.
cadence and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, because people wonder about that a lot. It's like, well, what do I have to say that anybody else doesn't hasn't already said?
right.
And if any of you all out there are wondering if you should make content or not, if you're wondering, that's the answer. You do it. If you're wondering at all, you do it.
It definitely is something though that you think about, because it's same for me. I'm sort of like, what, like, personally, like, I know what I've seen, and so I'm like, okay, this has already been done, so not really doing that. Because I do try to like do new stuff, but at the same time, for some things, as you said, some people might not have even seen the stuff you've seen. But yeah, it's definitely something that you just kind of. I mean, even
Everybody's in
I
different
still don't
circles.
really do it that much or at all. Oftentimes, I still try to do new stuff, which.
Yeah.
But breaks as far as I can see.
Kia ora,
Hell yeah.
brother.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Man. Oh.
What's up, Charlie?
Aiden. How's it going, man?
It's going good, dude. How are you?
I can't complain. Got home and
here,
seen
man.
some awesomeness, and I was just like, "Oh, I'll just join the chat." And Strike was like, "Hey, do you have it on there?" I'm like, okay."
Hey, you don't have to be on, all right?
I know, but I feel honored. I feel obligated. I've never been on one of these little talking bricks. New experience.
You know, it is something.
Yes, and
Something.
I just noticed that Obsession's in here, and I feel horrible for not even saying hey to him.
I know,
So
bro.
here's something we might be able to incorporate Charlie's life in. Charlie, what would you think if Lego introduced a Cobra Kai set?
Oh boy, man, what? I don't
They'll
want
be
to
sold out within a day. Let me just say that. Just kidding.
I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. I don't want to be that guy. Does everybody get the gist of that series?
Watch everything.
I've never seen it.
I've watched everything.
Okay, I
Okay,
wish
if you
that-
haven't watched, I see Avela like completely like shaking head.
Okay.
It's good. Like it's
Okay,
on
let me
Netflix.
rephrase
Right?
that.
Yeah,
I've
Netflix.
actually seen parts of it where my brother and my dad watch it. So
Here's a as some people call it, like a mullet review. Office in the back, professional up front. So I would go if they could release them in seasons. See what I did there? Did it without spoiling anything, so you could advertise like, here's a series 1 with Johnny Lawrence and everything, and all that sort of jazz, and then gradually build up to the big ones and stuff like that recently came out.
So
That's
what would you want more? Johnny's Dojo or
Right.
God, I can't remember.
Miyagi-Do?
Yeah, right. It's tough.
Yeah. Well, basically, Miyagi-Do is at the house. Is that where they're doing it at?
Well, it's-
Well, I thought. What was the?
I mean, it's
okay.
the house of Mr. or the once house of Mr. Miyagi.
It
or
is
at least
okay.
the-
I've only
Yeah.
seen. I haven't seen all of season 1. I probably missed like the last couple. I stopped at the last couple shows.
Okay.
I know I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to watch a lot of it. I won't be able to stop. So
Oh, you won't.
it's like, okay, I'm not ready to invest that time tonight. It's a little late.
Yeah.
So I'll
Oh.
get there. I will get there.
Right on,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I'll give you the abridged version, and you can watch like the whole thing. Like, I will forewarn you and everything like that, because I grew up on that stuff, like the originals and stuff like that. It pulls at the heartstrings, and the brilliant people that do that show really know how to do like a sequel trilogy, but like they'll hit you pretty
Don't
hard.
get that reference, but was good.
You know what? I don't get that reference either, but I just felt the need to put that
No,
out
you're
there.
absolutely right. But yeah, I don't get that reference.
And they've been told this too, and they actually feel the same. Fun fact. But no, like they really know how to pull on the heartstrings and actually continue. And as you've seen in season 1, get some of the original people that were in it and that like are passionate about like reprising the role of Johnny Lawrence and Ralph's character and everything, and making you maybe perhaps looking at certain stuff a different way. Maybe some stuff that you didn't understand why he was the way he was, and do some major callbacks. And since Pat Morita, rest in peace, has passed away, they can abridge certain stuff, like maybe he wasn't telling him too much of some stuff, and just adds more flavor to the whole series and stuff like that. Legacy
and they even include, I don't think this is a spoiler, but they even include like flashbacks of deleted scenes of like the Cobra Kai movies. I mean, I guess if you, I don't know, have you guys seen the Cobra Kai movie? I mean, I know Charlie has, but
there's movies.
Okay, you get
The Karate Kid.
We need to,
Oh, you're talking
some people
about
need
Karate
to
Kid movies?
need to
Or
do
not
some
the Cobra Kai
homework.
movies?
Like me and Charlie here, having watched everything, we're like,
man,
so much to talk about.
So Padawan, you've seen all of season 1, so I'll inadvertently say some very nice Obsession, by the way.
Ah, sweet.
Last bag.
Nice.
Wow.
I have my Razor Quest sitting over
The Razor Quest.
the Razor Quest.
Yeah,
No, it's actually Razor Dust because it doesn't exist anymore.
I'm gonna spoil something for Obsession. Not really spoil, but I found
I
it
think
kind
his
of
ending's way
interesting.
better anyways.
When you build the Razor Crest, it's very obvious that there's a little pod that is meant to slide in the top.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, and when I bought mine and I put it together, I noticed that, and I was like, well, it has to be this way. It's not locking into anything. And for them to never use it, later I saw that it was actually an escape pod.
Yeah, it was very much like the escape pod on the Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But actually, so
I
part of the
thought that was
building
pretty
process
interesting.
for the Razor Crest is once you finish the build, part of the full building experience is actually throwing it on the ground.
I was actually going to hit it with a laser.
That's a good one too.
A laser.
I was about to say, even though I can't exactly see Obsession doing your thing, I was going to do like a quotation, laser.
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 Yeah, you got that reference.
All I want is freaking sharks with freaking lasers on their heads.
That's it.
Ooh, that's actually a good question. I honestly think he's probably just gonna call it the N1. Because I mean, he called the Razor Crest the Razor Crest, and like the ship type was Razor Crest.
That he did. Who knows these things? Nice, man.
I
Ah,
had to
hell
take
yeah!
the ring off to make it fit in the
Nice.
shelf, but hey. It's mostly together.
It's only missing the turbines now.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this going. Okay. But yeah, I mean, okay. Last comment about Cobra Kai, because I mean this is mainly Star Wars,
yeah.
but the
Come on,
finale.
The series finale, or not the
Yeah.
new season finale?
Well, okay, the finale of the last season.
Oh my
or
god.
latest season is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to
So
catch up. It's a show I've been wanting to.
Like it's this series is literally the epitome of just overall great payoff, and character development.
They have a lot of good writing
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
goes
man.
into this show. Number one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good writing that goes on in this show.
Definitely some
And
good shit.
They're not afraid. See, and this is something that X-Wing and I were talking about earlier on the stream here, is that we as Star Wars fans are getting what we deserve, right? And I'm not afraid to say it. Doesn't bother me at all. we're getting what we deserve. We deserve as a fandom for what they did to Hayden and what they did to Jar Jar and what they
See,
did to.
I know I was never in
That's-
that camp.
I
But you
was about
continue
to
carry
say,
on.
I mean,
I'm with you. I was never in that camp either, but at the same time, you know, that camp does very much exist, unfortunately.
it does,
we
and
we
people
killed
like
them all.
us hate it with a
What?
passion.
Yeah.
Like
And-
I despise people that went out of their
I
way
hate
back in
them.
the day. I
hate 'em.
honestly
I
hate
hate
them.
them.
I would slaughter them if I came across
I
one.
slaughtered them like animals.
Just my neck snapping spree, just right behind the
No, but for-
jugular. Sorry, continue.
But for real, like growing up, I loved the prequels. It was like my first, like I liked the OT too, but the prequels was just
That was where it
that was where
was
my
at.
heart was at.
Exactly.
And when
that's-
I learned about
that's real.
people really just outright hating on them, it honestly it really hurt.
Not just outright hating on them, like full on, you know, like making people want to quit doing what they're doing, kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's so much more than just, you know, people expressing themselves. You know, and
yeah,
I'm all
it
about
was
That's
way
for sure.
more.
100%.
These guys were like real dicks about it, like
Yeah.
real dicks about it, and you know, Hayden chose to take a step back.
Yeah.
You know,
And honestly, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You had to be a dad, man.
That's-
Legendary.
Yeah.
dad.
yeah, he took off to go be a dad, and he took off to go do his thing, and more power to him. And he did a couple movies after, but
Yeah.
the hate really followed him. Unfortunately, the hate didn't just stop. You know, when he stopped doing Star Wars movies, the hate was real, and unfortunately, we as a whole missed out. Because think about if he would have been interested in playing Anakin in Rebels.
He
Clone
was.
Wars.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was.
interested in playing Anakin in the Clone Wars.
You know, I
Or
mean,
even do something like Rogue One, like an actual movie between episode 2 and 3 or something like that in the Clone War, live action.
I know that's all you want,
I
but
know. That's all I want.
that's all you want. That's all you bring up. Your live
guilty
action
guilty
Clone Wars.
pleasure if
But
that would ever happen.
I
I
really
could
want
die
that
happy.
too, though. I really want that too, though. I
But,
really
I
think
mean,
that would be really
unfortunately,
cool.
we as fans are the ones who are responsible for this. And so the only people we should be mad at is not so much the studios and Kathleen, because they were playing it safe.
Mm,
It's
You know?
it's half and half. I agree that at the time fans were a major reason why George was very was questioning himself, I think also.
Yeah.
But part of the reason was also, I mean, that he openly said that in interviews. I mean, he wasn't the youngest man after the prequels, and he wanted to spend more time with his family, and he knew that if he was going to do another trilogy, that would take a while, especially if he
That's like 10 years,
was gonna
12 years worth of his life.
because especially if he was going to do it the way he planned it out to be, and in George fashion, that would have been just pushing the boundaries once again, just like in the prequels. And
I gotta revolutionize the industry yet again.
I was literally about to say that, Aiden. Good job.
yeah, and I mean that's definitely also a major part of why he decided to sell it. Because I just don't agree with the like the fans are solely
responsible.
like it's their fault. Like what about like the fan base like that grew up with the prequels, like Aiden and me, or like Charlie that were already around but just really enjoyed it,
I was popping vessels.
or like you even like Obsession like grew up with like the OT but then also really enjoyed the prequels. Like I just don't see how we like. I don't think we need to be critical in that sense of ourselves, because
exactly
we're not the part of the fandom that is in the wrong here.
No, we're the part that was like, no, we need to support these people. We want to see them. We want to see more of them.
I got a story on that. I don't think I've ever shared, but I'll make it brief and abridge it. But
No, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, like
Dude, he's got a really long set to build.
Yeah, I have time.
Oh, Aiden, be careful what you say. If Arlene is still in here. But no, when I was knee high to a duck, and the first movie I ever watched from Star Wars was on VHS back in those days and everything like that, and it was Return of the Jedi. I remember, just clearly loving it and everything like that, and hearing like kids next door and everything like that go, Darth Vader's a pretty bad mamma jamma, man. And I'm like, well, I don't see that, and everything like that. Like, he saved his son, and then you contrast that. And the next movie I go back and watch is Empire, and just cupped his arm off. I'm like, oh my! And just
Now I know what they're talking about.
yeah, right. But carry on to that. So I go like backwards, and then I completely go and watch the original trilogy and everything on VHS. Then that Leonard like interview that's nearly almost impossible to find now was on like one of those it's on VHS of that, that he was talking about, hey guys, so I want to do this. I want to tell the story of Darth Vader and how he became like this. And in 1999, man, like I was there, I was hyped for it. And the little side note of this is when I was growing up, I wasn't exactly like the biggest kid and everything like that. The biggest, self-esteem and everything like that. I grew up, unfortunately, I grew out of it with, but I developed what's called petit mal seizures. So when I was in school, I would be watching like the clip, board and everything, the teacher would be teaching, but I honestly thought I lost my hearing because all of a sudden one day I could see their the mouth's movement, but I could hear nothing. And so I got pulled from public school for a while, and this factors into it. And so I was watching that, doing my own thing, trying to figure out what was wrong with me. But I was watching, unbeknownst to anything, that the prequels got hate. So by the time like all that was done, like Revenge of the Sith, going to see it in theaters, there was no such thing as YouTube quite yet, or anything like stupidity of social media or anything like that, or even I know there were some people in Attack of Clones that I could remember way back in the day that were like, this is horrible acting. Like, all right, whatever, man, you do you. And I enjoyed it. I still do enjoy it. I enjoy every bit of it.
Yeah.
But the point is getting to see that and everything like that, and then finally Revenge of the Sith comes around. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. This feels 1 through 6. This is like perfect and everything like that. And then fast forward to when was this? My freshman year of college, learning that a bunch of the hate thing, because it was about that time whenever that documentary was coming out of the fans versus George Lucas. I'm like, what is this? And start like looking. I'm like, oh, really? And I was just thunderstruck. I couldn't believe that. I really couldn't. And then I guess the rest is history. And obviously I recovered everything, but I was just like, but for the longest time, like I didn't know anything about like all that. So I have a very similar story with that. That's just long and short of it. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't.
I mean, we've talked about this earlier. I think most of us like just grew up watching Star Wars, enjoying Star Wars, pretty much all of it, and then at some point learning of the hate of the prequels on the internet.
Fools. Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't. I never got it. I liked the movies when they came out. My brother is 15 years younger than me.
Mhm.
So I literally got to introduce him to Star Wars through the prequels, but he had already known of Star Wars before then. I had never heard, until I started chatting with online communities, I never heard any hate for the prequels at all, other than the thing about the guy that played Jar Jar being black. And there was some controversy like, oh, that's why he got the part, because he's playing a minority. And the guy's stupid. It was and it was like, God, we have to be way past this. Those perspectives didn't make sense to me. It was like this is last generation trying to make this a thing, and I still really don't understand the hate, because the arguments have no relevance for me.
Yeah.
Whatever the arguments have been, like, oh, Anakin has weird words sometimes. And it's like, man, have you ever been in a teenage conversation with a
Yeah.
woman?
That you
Are-
got. you
Not
hit the
everyone
mark.
is as
Who are
smooth
you
as I
that
don't know
has your
fucking Brad
script
Pitt in his
written
20s.
beforehand?
I
But,
got you.
but like any
Yeah.
of this stuff. And it's like, but I come from the same kind of perspective, like people asking for consent, that thing that's going on now. And it's like, maybe I don't understand what they're thinking because I've never been in a situation where I was like,
Like
I
this.
want to kiss or do something, and they weren't in a reciprocating fashion. Like on a first date, I don't expect to kiss somebody. And that could be what it's coming from. Like for me, I wouldn't ask consent of somebody because we had spent weeks together, been on several dates. We had those super close moments. If a girl's 3 inches from your face and she's looking in your eyes, and you've had intimate conversations and all these kind of things, some things go unsaid. You don't have to have all those conversations because you've had the experiences. And I understand the points they're trying to make, but some things, it looks one way on paper and it's another way when you experience it, and to me, it's a realistic perspective. And that's why those arguments about the prequels never held water for me. They were the same. I treated it the same way as the arguments of people who would say that the original trilogy was bad. And it's like, well, you're nitpicking. You're complaining, you're complaining about things that I, as a movie enjoyer, not a critic, don't care about unless it gets ridiculous. We're not watching Star Wars by any means would never be considered a B movie. As out of the box and as unlikely resources they used and all this stuff, it is still on the top tier caliber.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I don't get. It's like how these people that come up with these arguments, it's like you just want to argue. Your argument doesn't hold water if you have no proof. If your proof is,
Your
well,
opinion.
it was a goofy line and I didn't like the way
Right,
they
it's
wrote
always-
it. It's like,
yeah,
that's
I
not
thought- I
proof.
thought
That's your
Hayden
opinion, man.
was whiny, or like, yeah, I thought the
Yeah.
sand line was cringy. Like, yeah, I mean, okay, cool.
He
Sorry,
was
it's your
asleep.
opinion.
He doesn't know how to do
All
stuff like
those
that.
are
Exactly.
they're
He
all
was trained
perspective
by
driven.
people
Yes.
who are
Well, and
trained by the
also-
ultimate versions. I hate
Yeah.
to say it.
You're not wrong. I
Exactly.
mean,
Exactly.
that's a thing that a bunch of people, again, with like their thing when they're like, it wouldn't make sense. I'm like, really, bud? You really haven't had that?
Look
So
where
you
he
mean to
grew
tell me
up.
during your whole life that you've never had a moment where you were that confident when it comes to stuff like that? Really?
And it's also just it was mind-boggling to me at the time, because
Yeah.
things like I never got. I mean, I know you guys didn't like you're on the same page on that one, but the whole like memes with like the sand line, I never got the gist of it, because for me it always just made sense that Anakin was a slave. He had very negative
You grew up on a planet made out of sand, so you think they get
Yeah.
real old after 10 years of living there.
but essentially all of his bad memories had to do with having sand around him, and obviously that like just seeing sand is going to bring back memory. I didn't get why that was.
Also, the fact that like
cringy.
he's trying to like also maintain a conversation too, and like if Padme's talking about sand, I guess that's the topic of discussion.
I
So-
think it becomes a thing of a different perspective on flirting. I looked at that scene as like two young adults flirting. They're comfortable with each other because they've been around each other enough. They're uncomfortable with each other because they're feeling things that this person makes them feel that nobody else makes them feel. And to be honest with you, if you make this conversation realistic, it's going to get a lot more awkward and funny. I mean, if people are going to complain about the lines they're complaining about, I don't know what life they've lived, but I've literally said stuff and been like, I can't believe I just said that. I mean, and the fact that she doesn't poke fun back at him, it's like, oh, if somebody in that age range would say something like that and you're flirting with a girl, she would totally tease you and have fun with you back. Like, oh, really? You're going to say this and that? And it's going to be fun and good-hearted. And
I'm not even going to go there.
But you know what I mean. If we've all been in a situation like that, we know how things can go. One way conversations, the familiarity with each other is what the viewer doesn't see or isn't experiencing. And they're literally looking at it from an outside. This is exactly what I see. It's like, well, that is exactly what you see, but that's not what these two are feeling. You just don't really know what's going on between them.
Yeah, and on top of it, Stanley brings up a perfect point.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly, yes. That
based
exact thing,
but-
yes.
But the Jedi are literally trained to not have emotional connections.
Relationships
To
like
Yeah, and it
They're
comes back to
literally
bite 'em
trained
in
to
the back.
not go
He
into
was trained how
relationships.
to not deal. He was trained how to avoid those kind of situations, how to not let his emotions take control.
Okay, and I'll put this into realistic
The odds
perspective.
were against him.
If you
Yeah.
are raised Jehovah's Witness, you will not know how to flirt with women. You don't understand those conversations and things the way somebody who's not in your situation would be. Somebody who's just a little more freer of the mind and their sexuality and those things. I'm not putting anything down on it, but I just know that is to be a very strict, you do as we say religion. Whereas somebody is more lenient, is going to look at things and say, no, you need a lot of experiences. You need to travel the world, make mistakes. And growing up is this part of the thing, and again, that's kind of why I just don't see these things holding water for me, because I just don't see it so, I guess, black and white as some people see it. I don't know.
Well said.
Yeah.
The ones
Well,
that
I think we
hate
nailed it
on
down pretty good.
things- The ones
Yep.
that hate on things, I just look at, well, I can't have a Star Wars conversation as involved with them as, say, I could with maybe one of you. Because their experience is not as big and it's not as vast. And I'm not hating on them for not knowing what some other people know, but it's almost like I can't even say you're a certain level of Star Wars fan. You are a Star Wars fan, but my level of nerddom is so much higher. I mean, so, and like they were saying, I forget who said that they knew somebody that didn't like Return of the Jedi in the original trilogy. And it's like, that's fine, but you like Star Wars, I just can't have that EU depth conversation with them. Like I
I
could
don't know.
with
I
some
feel
of
like
you
if
all.
you don't like Return of the Jedi, you kind of missed the point.
I was gonna
Like,
say,
I don't care. I'll stand my point on that one. Honestly, and
yeah.
as long as you don't
I get
understand
ya.
or don't appreciate Return of the Jedi, you're not a real
you're
Star Wars
missing the
fan.
whole point.
Yeah.
But
The
and
father-
see, like what you're saying there, I kind of look at like well, you like Star Wars, but you're gonna hate so hard on Jar Jar. I don't get it. You know, like
Right.
you don't like
Well,
kind of
yeah.
that idea. I get that so much, and it's like I am just continually looking for that person I can have a more extended conversation with. You know, it's like I love talking about the movie with people, but who can I talk about? Like, who knows about Maul's spider legs, or who knows the names of these ships, and or who knows, you know, who knows what the first enemy that Luke fought in his Jedi Academy.
Oh, you're
You know,
you're still scratching the surface.
I mean, I already did some
He
greebling
has so
work
much.
here.
You
But
have
yeah.
so
I built mine. It
much.
took me like 3 or 4
gosh.
hours.
I'm not gonna finish that
Well done,
today.
man.
Was that set over 1,000 pieces, Strike?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if the new set was
easily
over.
over 1,000 pieces. Well, actually, let me look up how many pieces.
Well, wouldn't it be on that instruction booklet you just had in your hand?
I have
In the
the.
box.
I know the
Let me look it up,
European.
even
No,
though I
no, no.
got
The
stuff right
European
in front of
versions
me.
don't have the.
Oh, you're
piece count.
kidding.
No,
Oh,
they
wow.
don't.
American
Like,
and
half
Harvard.
of the experience, like half of the experience, knowing how many pieces you're going to deal with before you get in there.
Oh, was I supposed to know that?
But-
I don't have any idea.
Does it even say on
Keep
your
getting your
box
hand
that
No,
on
no,
these
it.
pieces
no,
could be a
Obsession.
choking hazard?
Don't. That's you don't need to know that.
This is irrelevant.
This one
Always in my
is
book.
what 1,023 pieces.
If the Razor Crest is over 1,000 pieces,
Yeah.
and the Tanev is definitely over 1,000 pieces.
Tanev, surprisingly, only 1,768 pieces.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, it's still a lot of pieces.
Obsession, does your box say Din Djarin Starship?
It does not.
I'm pretty sure it says the actual.
It says Razor Crest on it.
Yeah.
I know, I'm just messing.
I actually I think I have. I might have. I don't know if I have a Lego set that's just in. I don't know if I do or not, or that's just Boba's slave. I don't know. I have to look.
Yeah.
I only have the first one. You know, I don't have any Django versions. I should probably try
There
and get
is
a
only
Django
one
version.
Django variant, and that one is already like at 400.
Really? I thought they made a
Dollars.
couple. I didn't know they
No,
only made
it's
one.
just one. Hey,
Okay,
listen,
then
I
that
mean,
mini one that
2000
I have is I do have a Django version.
2022 is the anniversary for Attack of the Clones, and it doesn't seem like
Really?
we're getting
20-year
yeah.
anniversary this May.
Oh my.
But
Wow.
no, Lego is not giving us a Django Slave 1 for the anniversary.
So Strike, the little mini version you and I have, that's like it.
Well, I also had the one from 2010 with Boba and Bosk, and
See, man, this guy's just got to rub that stuff in.
I've always been here. Been a speed mirage, a mirror mirage, if you will. No,
yeah.
no. Back before that, to answer, was it Stanley's questions? Cobra Kai, because I'm on a different thing. Like right now, trying to check everything. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah,
4 and 5 for Cobra Kai. 100% agree about the Anakin thing. And I think that was it. So please carry on. I didn't.
hell yeah. No, but I agreed with what T. Davidson said. I think for Stanley's comment, Cobra Kai is an awesome series which you don't need any knowledge of the other
No.
movies for. But if
It
you've
helps.
seen the movies, the experience
It's
and
gonna like
the connection you already have to the older characters is going to be that much greater, and it really pays off. It's not like this something.
Yeah, it's
It really pays
powerful.
off.
It's so
I'll be right
powerful. Yeah, no worries, mate.
You guys rock it.
Okay, real quick.
Okay, who?
Real,
who's,
I got a legitimate
Avela's in
question. And
control.
Sure. If I was a thing, I'd take care of them like a. But I'm away from my thing. but no, yeah, Cobra Kai is so good for the like. Again, even if you like, rest in peace, Pat and everything, but no spoilers or anything like that. But I mean, like they do a great way of carrying on what that character was about and what he was done, and like certain Onion Ninjas and you will sweat out of your eyes moments happen very, very goodly on certain episodes, and it's a nice reminder of why you should do stuff a certain way and why hey, remember that time when that you may want to cool your
I have a
jet.
question pertaining to something along those lines. And any of you that watch this show, I want your opinions about this.
Mhm.
This show immediately from the first episode made me think, why can this show get away with being politically incorrect? And
Because
nothing else seems like it can be accepted. Like they have to point out everything about everything. But this show, they can use such colorful language and it's completely accepted. Even myself, I lived through that time, and it's like, oh yes, I remember all these terms that Johnny uses. I remember them being thrown about like candy, like nothing. They weren't insults. It's how we spoke. But I'm very surprised at how accepted this is. Is
Yeah.
it simply because the fan base is the right fan base?
I think that
no, it's
again,
not. And
yeah,
and
go for it, Spider-Man.
what it really is that this show also makes fun of itself. So
Yes,
you have
I totally see that.
excuse
I'll
me,
be right
you have
back.
Johnny Lawrence sitting here saying these not so politically correct things, and then you have Miguel telling him, "Hey, coach, we don't say that kind of shit.
we don't do that.
Hey,
Yeah.
coach, we don't say shit like that no more, right?
Yeah.
Like that stuff's not acceptable."
And it
And
makes
and
makes
they
sense.
make fun of it, right? And they educate while they're doing it. They're not just going, "Oh well, you can't say that anymore, coach," or this that. They're like, "No, no, no. Why can't you say that?" Right? Like that's the real thing. Is like, why? Well, why can't I say that? Well, because you just can't say that anymore, coach.
But he keeps saying it. That's what blows me away. It's like Johnny, at every time when somebody wants to tell him, they're like, dude, you really kind of need to do this. This is kind of really the right way to go. He just goes back into old Johnny Lawrence to me. It's like, wow. And it just blows me away because everybody seems fine with it. And I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked by it.
Yes,
Just watch
I
it till the
do.
end.
What is the fan base going to start hating on it in season 3? Well, that's
Dude,
what
no,
I really am
what?
surprised by. That
No,
the
no.
fans are still
I'm telling you,
behind it. That's all.
you might be thrown off for now, but let me tell you,
Yeah.
the people writing the show know
right,
what
I'm
they're
back.
doing,
Okay.
and it has a reason.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
The-
Going on?
okay, then I might be looking into it because I kind of feel like I see a reason now. I almost want to watch it and go, what else could they be talking about?
And again, I'm not going to spoil anything. I hate being that person, but like, remember,
I know what
Johnny
I'm doing
Lawrence
this weekend.
did not come from a great background. In the pilot, it even explains it. So, like, of course, he doesn't know stuff like this, and he's not. That's not where his growth stuff happened and everything like that. Like
he's
doesn't know how to do that stuff.
He's almost the anti-hero, right? And that's part of it.
Thank you,
also,
Obsession. Thank you.
is that he is not.
Hell, Yellow Dodge, anytime.
He's not supposed to be the hero. He's not supposed to be the educated one. He's supposed to be the man that got left behind, right? That's his story. That's Johnny Lawrence's story, outright, no questions asked, and that's the I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. So there you go.
Nice.
Wunderbar. Awesome,
Sweet.
dude.
Now, Obsession, I'm curious because I want to get one. Are you interested in a light kit for that set? Because I saw it and I really want one now.
Probably. I mean, like I was telling Strike, this is the first time I've ever built a anything. Like I've never built a Star Wars set before. I've never built a Lego set before. So
Really?
Have you ever? Did you do Legos or model
Oh, yeah,
trains or
I did.
anything? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I built Legos when I was a kid, and nothing, nothing. to
Even
that.
the turning table, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, I did stuff when I was a kid. I built kits, and
That's
not
such a
kits. 'cause
nice ship.
We didn't have kits when I was a kid. So for me,
Nice.
it's more of a I built skyscrapers and planes and
Yeah.
what I could. I'm not going to lie, I am not the most creative person when it comes to this kind of stuff.
But for the
Oh,
first
you got
build
it,
in quite a while, you did really good.
Nice. That
I mean,
looks
like I
really
said,
good,
this is the first build I've ever done that had an instruction book.
Mm.
Oh,
No,
that's
you
good,
did
dude.
really good.
Can I ask us as Star Wars fans,
And, I mean, that's the book.
why are the fighter ships not as cool as these type of ships? Like this ship, the Razor Crest, the Millennium Falcon. These are not attack vessels. Why are these the ones that we love? What? I
No,
love
I love the
X-Wing.
Jedi Interceptor and the
I love all
R170.
that other stuff,
The
but
M1 Starfighter.
God,
I
The
don't
Razor Crest and
know.
the
I feel like there
Falcon
are
are
quite a
just
few
so-
memorable ships in all shapes and sizes, like the Venator.
to me,
The-
that's just like, oh, all the destroyers and anything kind of that shape is really close. Like X-Wings, B-Wings are all mass produced. I mean, granted, these ships were mass produced in the universe at some point, but these are these
I mean, the
ships.
X-wings and the X-wings, not really. I mean, they were basically failed prototypes for the Empire at first, and the Y-wings.
mean,
They were remnants from the Clone War.
But
Mhm.
as far as we see in Star Wars, how many X-Wings do we see? Dozens, maybe hundreds.
And
How
and the
many?
B-wing-
How many of these type of ships do we see? How many people have ships nobody else has? That I just love that idea. Like the Razor Crest and the Millennium Falcon, you can live on. All those other ships are
Slave
just
One.
yeah. See, exactly. Like those type of ship. The Slave One's another one of those examples. It's like they were largely produced in the universe, but as far as we know, Star Wars fans know, like we see one guy with this one ship. We never see it again. And again, it's that I can create a life on this vessel. And it's so much different. Even the Bad Batch vehicle, although not as large as these other ones, they can live on that one. It's just it's so much cooler.
Yeah,
It's
the
very
Marauder also standing right.
And the Ghost, like the Ghost. Also, that's another one of those ships. The whole crew can live on that one. And it's just
So this thing
I
has
guess that's the
little-
idea.
Little torpedoes that you can.
You can
Oh
shoot 'em.
yeah.
Nice,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
Oh, you got to show us the carbonite holding bay.
Oh,
Come
all right.
on, man.
Yeah. Oh, we go. Here we go.
I want an interior reveal.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, the
I
try.
haven't seen any minifigures yet. I think you got this on the black market. I'm not convinced this was out of the box.
I mean, Republic credits.
piloting. Din's piloting. Don't you
Is
worry.
he in there? Okay. I
Yeah,
see
you
him
can see him
now.
in the
Yeah.
cockpit.
Yeah, I didn't put any of them together. Here's our little dude.
Okay, I hate to tell you, Obsession, but as much as you want to believe, the set is really only about 99% done until you watch Strike's video on the correct construction of Mando's
Ah.
rifle.
Don't demoralize him just yet, man. Come on. He just started.
That is like the sweaty stuff to get into. Okay, like my builds, that is the sweaty stuff.
Right, so master, one might say.
Which, by the way,
so good all open like that.
I've had an idea because I've seen some blaster variants in Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga that aren't in any sets. And I thought about making like a series of like sort of some of the blaster types, like building them in real life and like
Mhm.
making videos about them. Thought that could be an
Fucking
interesting
nerd!
X-wing. I know that's.
Is he in the chat talking shit?
No, no, brother. I just that's forever embedded in my head. Between that and oh hi, Mom.
Oh, hi,
Oh.
Mom.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah. But
That's why we need to keep Strike. Any green members in the chat. We need to make sure Strike is green leader again. So that awesome video is not only in the intro.
I
We need to
did my
keep-
part.
We need to keep this man green leader. Don't vote me. Don't
I
vote
did my
anybody
part.
else. Vote this man.
I did my part. One, because strike. Two, because T Money's like hella busy with school and everything like that, so I can guarantee he does not have time for that. Aiden's off in Manhattan saving like the world and everything, so he can't exactly. I know I'm revealing a lot, but
Strike's
I'm
just the
sorry.
only one that's got nothing going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have no life. Hey, what can I say?
Hey, boo.
No,
I'm
you
just
don't. You
waiting
got
for
the
my
biggest
name to be
shack.
spelled right.
Okay, there you go. There's your minifigs.
Oh, awesome.
Yay.
The other thing was going and shifting back to two things of the Star Wars was I think people for like vehicles and stuff like, well, one, identify it because it goes with the character a lot. I mean, you got, Slave One, Boba Fett, you got the Millennium Falcon, Han Solo. There's many of others out there. It's just sometimes people like forget about it and everything like that. Star Destroyers, the Imperial Empire, the Venator Republic, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, stuff like that, man. Also, awesome, cool experiences and stuff like that, and everything like that. Yeah, I like that. Love it.
That's gotta be the best line ever.
Or I can bring you in cold.
Because I was recently watching and Vel, a very nice tribute, by the way, the other day. That was ridiculously awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
really cool.
Oh, beautiful, yes.
She has again, it goes back to everybody's origin with Star Wars and stuff, and even people who grew up like Clone Wars and stuff like that. It's very cool hearing and going way back and every time and stuff like that, and rewatching everything, just connecting everything, and just I love stuff like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Especially if it's cool. But
Well, I know we're going to have Obsession back on because the amount of professionalism he's putting into the presentation of the build right now.
I know.
so good.
Whereas, yeah.
I want to
definitely
thank Obsession personally. Since the beginning of the stream, he's actually nailed the whole idea of this talking bricks thing. So
Hold up.
Right. Like I'm not even.
Probably
I didn't even
least
finish
amount of
mine.
words I've said on
I
a
did.
stream ever. So now you know how to shut me up. Just give me a project book and give me some Lego Star Wars.
But that's kind of the spirit, We all come together, we build our Legos, kind of take a break from everything. That's what it's all about.
Well, and I have been waiting. Let's be real. I've been waiting to do this for months.
I know. I
Like,
remember we were
literally
talking, and then my schedule was off, and then
Yeah.
your schedule was off, and
Yeah.
but we finally made it work. So.
I literally saved this build for this show.
Hell yeah.
So have you
hope it paid off.
invested in other possible pieces for future streams, Obsession, or is this
Well-
kind of a one-off?
No. I mean, so this was part of my, and I really didn't reveal this because this was like I was bringing this here. I have a segment that I do that I might change the name of, but we bounty hunt. We're constantly treasure hunting, looking for things that are not full price. So like you were saying, you're like, oh, did you get it at a black market. Sort of. I buy a lot of stuff at auction, and
He goes to
this
Star
was
Wars
one of
Black
the items.
Market.
This was one of the items that came.
There we go.
That came with the box is trash. I mean, just straight garbage, right? I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not collecting the
yeah,
boxes,
and,
I mean,
and that's
doesn't
just
matter.
it. I'm not collecting the box, so I think I paid $70 for this set.
That's not bad.
That's a good price.
That's
and
awesome.
It's new. It's just the box is destroyed. So the auction that I go to, they do like Amazon returns or Target returns or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And or it's like damaged boxes that they can't sell, they send to auction.
Mm.
And so I picked up this piece at auction for what, 70, I think 50, $70, somewhere in there. And I wanted to do this because I've never built a set. So I've never built a full set before. So to do a book that's, I don't know, 235 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
building.
you started off on a solid size,
Right.
my friend, and I think you nailed it.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm,
Yeah, dude, it looks really
I'm just
good.
sitting here, and so I'm going to display this. I'm probably going to do a video right now of just how cool it is because I haven't seen a lot of this build. I wish I would have
Oh.
time lapsed it with a second camera. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Ooh, hey, that's a thought for the next one.
and I could always, take it apart and do it again, but that seems like a tedious 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours of my life. But the next one I'll definitely do
Wait
that
for the
with.
light kit.
I did the sticker kit, so I did put all the stickers on the right places and all that. So I'm pretty pumped with it, especially
Hell
since
yeah.
I've never done one before. And I'm excited to do more. If I find more, there's, like I said, I go to this auction, and there's often the Imperial Walker. There's often the Falcon is often on there. There's always an X-wing on there somewhere.
X-wing
and
always be lurking.
and then it's always Poe's X-wing is always on there. But then there's often Star
Because
Destroyers,
nobody wants.
too. That big box that is the Star Destroyer. There's often that, so you'll see like these $900 kits that
Yeah.
people are picking up for like $200.
Ooh.
So
If
like
you get like a UCS Star Destroyer for $200, buy it right
That-
away.
that's
Even if
what I
you
mean,
sell
like,
it, then.
And then send it to Strike. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean it's so I found a bunch of stuff like that. I found my boat. Like right now, there's let's see, there's the at. There's let's see what else is out there. Yeah, so right now there's
Obsession, my good man. Would you be willing to maybe take a commission for a future prospect I may be looking for?
Yeah, dude. Let me know. Like, let me know what you're looking for. There's
Oh, goody.
hit me up on the Discord and let me know because there's like right now there's a Clone Wars armored assault tank.
Ooh.
And it's got Ahsoka Rex with the orange helmet.
Oh, the Clone Wars ATT.
Yes. So
Very
there's
nice.
that one right now. It's cheap, but it's there. And then there's the full at. That's
Nice.
what?
I
Like,
think we'll talk. We'll talk. But looking at the time, I think this is the right time to wrap it up.
I have a question.
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
If you were a Lego piece and you maybe fell on the floor, where would you go?
I wouldn't go in the pasta, that's for sure. I did.
Oh
hear-
my god.
Like Aiden.
Bro, I was like 6.
I know. I'm just kidding.
It's yeah.
You shine a light at floor level.
Can
So you're
you
saying,
can you like
if we were
imagine
Lego
how
pieces
the
ended up on
storm?
the floor, like whose house we'd want to be in?
Yeah,
Where
but, like,
would you go?
Imagine the stormtroopers in Episode 4 that needed to or were supposed to find the droids in the Dune Sea. That's gotta be you trying to find that piece on the floor. That's it's a hard truth, but that's how it is. Which was it? The small piece you lost, or
Yes, it's
ooh, yeah, that's a small piece.
No,
Yeah,
That's
gonna
when
be.
you. That's when you take a nylon and put it over the end of the vacuum hose.
Or you just start taping on top of it.
A great work of duct tape. We'll find it.
Eventually.
Someday you're probably gonna find it like randomly if you don't find it like actually searching for it, or the vacuum will find it. That will be unpleasant, but yeah.
What I can say is that the hammer is not the answer this time.
You
mean, I'm just
know, well, actually,
I'm just glad my first
Hammer time.
film I didn't need a
No.
hammer or some tape.
yeah. No, you did great. But all right. We've been going for 3 hours and 45
a good one.
minutes. Yeah. We've had some awesome people on. We've had some great conversations. Thank everyone on the panel for coming by and chatting. And it has been really great. Thanks for everyone in the chat for sticking along. I know like Ladaj and Stanley's, you guys have been lurking here from the beginning. T. Davidson, thanks.
They're always cool.
And everyone else that has been in chat, really thank you. Everyone on the panel has a channel or an Instagram, so check them out. They're all in the description. I will add JT just in a second, and I will put Charlie's channel in the description. So you might need to refresh the stream for that one. But everyone else is linked in the description, so go check them out. They all have awesome stuff going on. And yeah, thanks for joining me today.
It's a lot of fun. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
Hell yeah. So yeah, see you on the next one. Everyone, take care, and may the
Have a great
force
one.
be with you always.
I know.